This episode of Your Mom's House is brought to you by Sattva Luxury Mattress, the only online mattress company that provides free delivery, setup, and mattress removal.
Welcome to Your Mom's House with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pajitsky.
welcome to Your Mom's House.
So you think you're doing...
Oh, shit.
You think you're doing our son, but I think I'm doing Busta Rhymes.
Our son sounds like Busta Rhymes.
Our son does sound like
He does that all the time. So dismissive.
Thanks, Trash Beats. I don't know if I'm supposed to say cake or kake.
Kake?
Could be.
Bukake.
Bukake.
What's up, Gene? Where you at?
Well, it was a crazy weekend, first of all. Amazing. Thank you so much to everybody that came out. I had Jeff Tate with me. We did 9 shows.
Oh my God.
We started in Montclair. We went to Pittsburgh. We were in Cincy, my hometown. Then we went to Cleveland, and we ended up in... What's it called? We ended up in D.C.
Did you get to eat at the Greenhouse Tavern?
No, we almost did. But I ended up having such great food on the road because I make sure I don't want to fall apart, get all
it's imperative.
Get all Bart-bodied. So I get chicken and fish and went to this place. We got food from the Porch in Pittsburgh. I think it's called Porch.
Cool.
Holy shit, man!
Yeah, Pittsburgh is nice actually. It's pretty too.
Fucking food was amazing and. Was a place I think called Town Hall maybe in Cleveland that we went to. I think we got food from there.
Cleveland.
I don't know. It was absolutely amazing. But here's what's coming up. Tampa's all sold out. You can still go to the Hard Rock, the Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. That's March 9th, and that you can still get tickets to that. That's at the big room at the casino there. Then I go to Portland, Maine on March 26th. The 27th is sold out. The 26th has about 100 tickets. You can try to go to that. Then Red Bank and Long Island. Oh, the late show in New Haven has tickets. The early show is sold out. That's March 30th. You can get tickets to the late show April 11th in Madison. The late show April 12th in Milwaukee. And the late show April 14th in Nashville. Chicago is sold out, but we added a show June 2nd.
Damn, you're looking at June already, homie?
I know, but these are how we added a show May 1st in Portland, Oregon at the Keller Auditorium. That's on sale. And we added a 5th show at the Moore in Seattle, May 5th. The rest of the shows, tomsegura.com/tour. And a huge announcement in April where I announced the second half of my tour, the rest of the year. And that's going to be like 25 more cities, including international dates.
You had a lot of lot lizards to pick up.
Yeah, I know. I got international lot lizards to pick up.
Jeez, homie.
Yeah, it's going to be real exciting.
Can't wait.
They're like, parlez-vous my dick in your mouth?
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. February 23rd, it's actually this Saturday, I'm in West Siloam Springs, Oklahoma at the Cherokee Casino. February 23rd through March 2nd, Madison, Wisconsin at the Comedy Club on State, Wisconsin. Those shows are moving really fast, so get your tickets.
That club, by the way, it's another one that's going to ruin you.
Yeah.
You're doing like all the best ones.
I'm doing the home run clubs this year.
Dude,
I know. Fuck.
Denver,
Momver was crazy, bro.
And aren't you doing Acme?
Dude, bro, yeah. Acme's next, April 4th through 6th.
You're so ruined.
Mini Apple Tits at the Acme Come On You Club. And then May 10th and 11th in Tempe at the Tempe Momprov. May 31st through June 1st, Flappers here in Sperm Bank, California. And then I do Washington Dickham, June 20th through 22nd at
where?
the Improv at the Dickham.
Dude, you're seriously doing the best
the
clubs.
hits. Well, you know why? Because if to two little jeans, I like to be around a lot. So I'm only doing the
But I mean, that's the way to do it.
Exclusive.
Why not pick the best places,
I know.
the best clubs?
That's what we're doing this year.
Smart.
I know.
First time we did something smart.
Christina P. Online is where you can get ticket links. Follow me on the gram at the Christina P.
Christ.
I love the gram. I live on the gram.
No, the gram's good.
I don't post as much as I look at other people's.
Is that itching?
Yeah, I love you.
I love you too. I'm so excited for today. There's a couple things happening. First of all, we have we did a segment last week with Kyle Kinane.
Yes.
So you'll see that things might look a little different because the set changed a
New
little
sponsors,
bit. Yeah, if you're a viewer,
things.
you'll see changes. If you just listen, you won't really obviously notice much. But Kyle was fantastic. I can't believe it had been forever since we podcasted.
And you know
him.
what's so funny is that I haven't seen Kyle in the light of day in about 15 years.
Yeah.
I have only ever seen him at night. So it was when he walked in, I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah, so you'll hear stuff that we talk about with him. It's kind of connected more with the Danny Brown episode, which I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
If you don't know, if you're kind of just watching the show and you're getting into it now, or you're listening for the first time and you're like, what episode should I point people towards to, get an idea of what this show is like? Dude, give them the Danny Brown episode.
It's so great.
He's the best guest I think we've ever had.
Hands down.
That's almost 500 episodes with nothing but mostly comedians.
Yeah.
And he basically shits on, that's how good he is.
He's so engaging and he has such
super
great
funny.
stories. And he's a mommy, so he came in here just excited.
He knew what's up. Yeah, so that was,
could
not have been
And
better.
I'm ready to try a prison burrito.
Yeah, we got to do a prison burrito.
The recipe he gave us. I keep thinking
did you
about
write it down?
I haven't committed to memory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to try it. Also, the episode I did with Dr. Drew After Dark dropped this week, and it's a smash hit. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
And you guys have to check it out, Dr. Drew After Dark. If you want to submit a question, you can do so at drdrewafterdark@gmail.com. That's DRDREW After Dark @gmail. Phone number 818-253-1693. I would recommend that you kind of formulate your thoughts before you call and leave.
Yeah.
You don't want to ramble.
That's the way to get
Write it down
on the show. And so this Friday, mine will come out.
That's right.
I did one with him. A lot of fun. Basically, we listened to some questions from you guys. We read some. We talk about that. We talk about clips because it's so fun to watch clips with him.
Not just any clips, YMH clips.
Yeah,
so
we get into it.
The cool guys or whoever we feature on this show, we will go through it with Dr. Drew, and he will give his insights into what the fuck is going on. So
and then he tries to get under the hood.
With comedians,
yes.
Which is, I think, the most fascinating thing is that he sits down with all of us maniacs and figures out why we're so fucked up.
Yeah, it's great.
So you want to subscribe to the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast, as well as this one, by the way.
Yeah, please subscribe, rate, and review it on iTunes.
Yeah.
If you watch on YouTube and you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will automatically get Drew's show.
It's fantastic.
So it comes out on Fridays on YouTube, and I believe Fridays also.
At noon, at 12 p.m. Fridays at noon is when video drops.
Yep.
And audio drops Thursdays.
Okay, beautiful.
On Google Play and iTunes, and soon a lot of other places too.
Okay.
Poor Dr. Drew. I feel like he just thinks we torture him.
It's so fun.
He loves it, though.
It's so fun. All right. So we have a Kinane segment that is part of this show, and then Greg Fitzsimmons will be joining us soon.
Fitzsimmons.
Well,
Alison Rosen is supposed to join him, but she is, I think, in labor right now.
Oh, boo fucking who?
Her second child. So
women are fucking stupid.
I know. Why don't you fucking go to your obligations, you dumb bitch?
Yeah, idiot.
Birth. Like that's supposed to slow you down.
All right. Well, let's start this show. Let's get going.
Stupid bitch.
Leave. Or you call the cops.
I'll call the cops.
Okay.
I call the cops. I'm not scared of you. You can escape the cops. It's not sweet. Carpet. Holy fucking cunt.
This shit is big time.
Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Your mom in the fucking stand.
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura. And
Christina Pajitsin.
welcome to your mom's house.
I'm a cougar. Wow. I love you. I missed you.
I
haven't seen you all fucking week. You've been
fucking cunt.
Oh, you fucking cunt. She sounds just like my mom.
She does kind of bring back some memories.
Rest in peace? I don't know. Is she resting in peace?
I don't know.
She was so angry in life.
She didn't really.
You fucking cunt. This fucking bitch cunt. Fucking fuck you, you motherfucker.
Day one that I met her.
That was how you met my mom.
You're like, my mom's kind of crazy. And I was like, okay. I was like, sure. And she's like, this fucking cunt in Bloomingdale's tried to say this shit to me. I said, fuck you, you fucking bitch. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it was so crazy. My mom, it was always confrontational with people. She was deeply racist, almost as racist as Bert, but that's not even really possible.
That's true.
She would always pick fights with people. Yeah, in the parking lot. She would do something like that too. This juice is not sweet enough, you fucking cunts.
Yeah, what is that?
It's called borderline personality disorder. Bitch was crazy.
Yeah.
Bitch was cray-cray. And it's fucked up because, you know, back in the 70s and the 80s, like we didn't diagnose that kind of thing. Yeah. So my whole life I was like, something's wrong with mom.
People were like, dude, she's charming. What are you talking about?
And then people would be like, well, that's just your mom. You know Edith. Yeah. Just rascal pants Edith. She's just an immigrant. You're like, nah, there's something deeper.
Yeah, people say like things like, oh, you know, there's real spicy.
Spirited. Yep. Yeah. That's another word for crazy. When someone tells you you're spirited.
Very animated personality. Yeah. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, bitch is out of her fucking mind.
So this lady that was in that clip, man.
Yeah.
The setup here is that this lady is in a convenience store. She bought apple juice, like from the freezer, right? Like from the fridge.
The fridge, yeah.
And she's
Tropicana,
like,
that shit's sweet as fuck too.
She's like, it's not sweet enough.
It's all super sweet. It's all sugar.
She says it's expired, and then, well, I'll let it unfold, you know?
Look at those tits on her too.
Yeah.
It's expired. That's why it's not sweet. Expired.
It's not expired.
Wait, is it expired? It's not sweet. I tasted it. Don't
It expires March 20th, 2014.
I don't care. It doesn't taste sweet.
I'm sorry, we can't help you. There's no refunds.
Refunds? And what is it people? Always about money in America, about money. I want another juice. It's not sweet. Give me a fresh, sweet juice. Why put expired juice on the shelf?
It's not expired.
It's not expired.
I don't believe these numbers.
You can call the company and complain to them, but we're not replacing it.
What company? Go to hell. What company? You fatso company.
Okay, you can leave now.
This is giving me flashbacks to my childhood right now.
Fatso company.
You're fatso, you fat motherfucker.
Which company? You're fatso company, you know?
Fatso company.
She's out of her
Why should I
mind.
give me juice? Give me sweet juice. I take my money. Why steal my money? All you fucking thieves. Let's cut this down.
Okay, go.
Give me sweet
Leave.
juice.
We call the cops.
Or call the cops.
Okay.
I call the cops.
I call the cops.
You can escape the cops. It's not sweet. Stop it. All you fucking cunt.
She's doing her now. She's doing her foreigner.
No, she was saying
swears.
Paris, bitch.
She's complaining about the carpet.
But she's not.
Carpet.
Oh. She's not speaking in her language, like cursing at them in Armenian.
I don't think so. I think she was saying the juice is bad. You have no carpet here.
Carpet.
Stare at me. I hate fat big men. Pigs.
Big men.
She's like, I hate fat pigmen. She's so fat.
She's so fat.
She's such a fatty.
And she's not wearing a supportive bra either, which is rule number one. And when you got big sloppers, you got to buy the
You
bra.
gotta hoist them titties up.
Hey, I know.
Yeah.
If you stare at me, you have to be cute. I hate fat big men and I hate Mexican. All of you cunt.
Whoa.
Bitches.
All right, leave.
She said,
She hates fat pigmen and
Mexicans. Damn,
Yeah.
she's just dropping it on
Interesting.
them. Yeah, all the real emotions come out. I didn't realize
One
that.
time I went to an all
And I hate
girls.
Mexican.
I hate Mexican. This is my mother to a T. I went to an all girls Catholic school, and I was in the 90s. I used to wear a bandana, right, like on my hair.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my mother
That's
got
kind of hot.
It was not. It's
Can I
kind
see that?
of lesbianish.
I want to see that look.
Really? I'll do it for you home.
Yeah, a bandana look.
Yeah. So
I'm into it.
The nun left a note with my parents because I was
I feel like you're a hitchhiker. You know, you're like, I don't have
like a lot lizard.
Yeah.
So my mom got called into school because I was talking a lot during class and being saucy. And my mom sees me wearing this headscarf. She's walking down the hallway. By the way, it's in the classrooms full of nuns. My mother walks in and she goes, what is this fucking shit on your head? You look like a fucking dyke. And I was like, yeah. And she ripped it off my head. And the nuns were like, oh, okay, this makes sense now. Like,
So
no
they
wonder
knew.
Christina's a problem child.
Yeah, they knew.
They knew. They did. Everybody
they knew. Not
knew.
to like, they're like, the mom is.
Don't even call her in again. Like, after that, I never got a no. Like, send home to your mom. They're like, we get it.
What is
You're a
this
good
fucking
kid.
shit on your head?
She said, you look like a fucking dyke with this dykey thing. And she hated lesbians. She was very... She hated. She was like, I don't know what lesbians doing to each other. Maybe they licking each other's to death. I don't know what they women do to other women. Very race, not homophobic. Is that homophobic when it's against women?
Yeah.
She said licking each other's to death. She would pluralize it wrong.
She had a lot. She was very spirited.
Very spirited lady. You know your mom.
It's very
Just
nice.
Spirited.
It's very interesting.
So speaking of cray cray,
Yeah.
can we talk about what we both been obsessed with?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to get into it or no?
Juan Sucio.
Dirty Tom?
Yeah.
You mean?
Well, let's set this up correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is in a way a big deal. Okay.
This is a YMH exclusive. YMH exclusive.
Okay. You're setting it up like that, huh?
Well, here's why. As the audience knows, for quite some time, you have been accusing me of being a disturbed, psychotic man who loves blood and crime and criminal, and all the crime shows are made for me.
Right.
It's my sick mind.
Right.
And a while ago, I read this LA Times piece, about Dirty John. Which was it was like a 6 or 7 part profile that read like a thriller, like a book that you just can't put down, right? Like a crime story, basically.
I'm sorry, I'm drinking water.
I know. So I read it and it was just fascinating. It was so
you were into this. I remember this is like a while ago. You told me about it, and I was like, oh, okay.
And so well written. Then that guy who wrote that, who I wish I had his name right now, started
Pomcast.
The Dirty John Pomcast.
Yeah, I'm listening to it.
About the what he wrote, and then they went even further, and they did the this Bravo mini series, and this thing is exceptionally well done. It stars Eric Bana and what's her name? Britton.
Kathy Kenny. I don't know.
No.
Katie Stanton.
No. It's
Katie Muller. She's great.
Connie Britton. That's
Connie Britton.
And so anyways, it's a Bravo miniseries. So well done. About the real story. This is a real psychopath. And guess who absolutely is obsessed with it? Well, if it isn't old Psycho Pants herself, Christina.
Listen, you know me, I've been resisting the urge to jump into your shows for about 14 years.
Forever.
I never do it. And for some reason,
so what's the appeal here?
Dirty John got me hooked. I am deep into the darkness with you.
Yeah, finally.
We're finally sharing the shows.
Greg what? What's his last name? Do you know his name? Oh, sorry. I thought you were telling me the name of the guy.
So anyway,
the Dirty John guy.
Dirty John, you got to see the show on Bravo. Here's why I'm riveted. The guy's a total psychopath, and he cons women, but he's not just a con artist. He's more than that, right? Wouldn't you say? He's a master manipulator. That's
the name of the guy. But if you look up, like if you click on maybe like the
John
Wikipedia,
Meehan's his name.
Yeah, that's who John is. But the guy that actually wrote the article and did the podcast.
It's like Craig something, I believe.
I know.
There's a podcast too where they go in depth on it.
Does it say who that guy is?
Can't read it. Christopher.
No, I can't. I don't know.
Can you make it bigger, buddy?
Oh, Christopher.
It's Christopher Mom.
Yes, that's who it is. Goffard. Yes, that's who wrote the LA Times article. That's who started this
podcast. Whole phenomenon, and it is a phenomenon. Here's what I love about it. So my mother remarried to a psychopath as well, but he was nicer. He was just a criminal, and this guy reminds me a little bit of my stepdad.
So that's the bait. That's the hook in the mouth.
Because he reminds me a little bit of watching that dynamic unfold between my mother and my stepdad.
Yeah.
But I'm more obsessed with Deb, the woman's character.
It's enraging to watch Deb.
I fucking hate her
so much.
So fucking much.
I know.
And I think what bothers me even more, because she falls into so listen, here's the story. He cons her. They get married within 5 weeks.
The story is that this guy he's a lifelong pariah. Okay.
Yeah, he's just real
targets
garbage.
people, sucks money, life, joy, everything out of them, and he does it in real life. And in this story, he does it to a 4 times divorced but successful interior design. This is what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
He targets her.
She's pretty. She's smart. She's got her shit together.
Targets her, gets her, hooks her, marries her within 8 weeks.
Right.
Her adult children are like, something's up with this fucking guy.
Right, because he wears scrubs, but he's not really an anesthesiologist. They find out that
he's kind of figure out that like this guy's full of lies, and everybody sees it but mom. So
that's what I find fascinating.
That's what makes it, because we can all relate to that. Like, how do you not see this?
Yeah.
Because everyone's also had a friend who you're like, you're dating this fucking person?
piece of shit? Yeah.
And they're like, what? And because people will see what they want to see.
Totally.
And this guy is just such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And it really wraps you in though. And the story, I don't want to give it away, obviously. I encourage you to read it. I encourage you to listen to the podcast. And like I said, that Bravo show, if you just like a good show, man, that show will get you. It's really well done.
It's amazing. Now, here's my problem with Deb. And here's why I'm hooked.
Such an asshole.
I'll tell you why. So Deb is the woman that he gets, right?
And by the way, she plays her brilliantly.
She's great. Here's why Deb infuriates me. Is that, she's one of these people who's so innocent, just a deer in headlights, big fucking doe-eyed, blonde, the gentle,
naive.
She's always got the nice manicure, and she just talks, is that what? The world is a bad place? And I'm so fucking envious of that.
Being that naive?
Yes. Yeah. What it really boiled, for me, it's my rage that I've never had that privilege of being able to just be a dumb fuck in the world.
Yeah.
And be that naive and innocent, like, everything's great. And the people around Deb protect her and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you just get to be a child your whole life. And what kind of infuriates me about this too is the whole through line. They're like, you're a victim. Deb, you're just a victim. No, you didn't do anything wrong. You're a victim. And it's like, well, there are so many flags with him. And yes, okay, the first time around, remember, she does leave him at one point when she finds everything out, but then she goes back.
It's crazy.
And then you go, bitch, you're not a victim. Like, do we still get to consider you a fucking victim if you know everything?
The worst
you keep
part
going back
too is like, there's one thing where you're so naive that you're oblivious and unaware, but when they start telling her and she understands that this guy is really
gets
bad,
it. It's laid out.
Yeah, she's like, I know, but I'm dumb.
No.
It's
infuriating. And she puts her children in danger.
That's also infuriating. Like,
that makes me
putting
so
your family
mad.
in danger.
Yeah.
I
mean, and that strikes
That's
a
why
nerve.
I like these lot
with me.
lizards I give them all the wrong information.
Can we talk about lot lizards? I've been fascinated with this idea.
Yeah.
Like, so tell me about their life. Like, what?
So
what
because
does it
I'm
entail
on
to be one?
I'm the tour bus champ. I take my bus across the country.
The bang bus.
Yeah, I take the bang bus across the country, and I've worked with a couple drivers, and they're really nice guys, but they have this life where, they literally, these dudes drive like a trucker would across the nation.
Yeah, it's nice.
And you kind of, it's a very specific type of living where they just get, they get used to weird hours and weird living. You're not grounded.
Kind of like truck drivers, yeah? Do they sleep in the bus? They sleep in the cab, yeah.
I mean, the tour bus drivers have a little bit different than that. The truck drivers will have a lot of times a cabin. They can sleep in there. In the bus driving world, in tour buses, some drivers will sleep in the bunks, if it's like an arrangement.
He's sleeping in the master suite. He's not sleeping on the bunk.
No. I get him hotel rooms.
Oh, but I mean, when you're not in the bus, don't you think he sleeps in your bed?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
But don't you get grossed out by that? And
Never.
he shits on your toilet.
No,
or
we
pees?
don't. No one shits on the bus.
You think he brown bags it?
Maybe.
Hot bags it? Is that what
we basically we just we piss in each other's mouths and then we spit it in the in the toilet. No, but so this like really like kind of this traveler's life for real, So you start asking him questions about sleep, and 'cause I'm fascinated by that. I'm like, so when do you sleep, bro? Because he'll drive us through the night,
No.
And then we arrive somewhere, and I'll get up. I'm like, I'm gonna go get coffee. He's like, yep. I'm like, wait, when do you sleep? He's like, I'll sleep this afternoon. I'm like, this afternoon?
I wish I was one of those people too. I don't need to sleep.
Yeah, and he'll sleep 6, 7, 8 hours, but it'll be arriving to we'll arrive somewhere, and he'll sleep until like the show is over.
Oh, okay, so that's when he.
Yeah. But anyways, we asked him about. He told us. So one day we got to the Pittsburgh venue, and the Pittsburgh venue, Carnegie Music Hall in Pittsburgh, super old, beautiful venue. So old, it's one of the only theaters that I've been to that doesn't have showers.
Oh no!
So I was like, oh fuck, because it's nice to get there. You take your shower before the show. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to use the bus shower. Well, the bus shower, the water, because we're in the Northeast, was just so cold that it took like an hour to heat it up. And I was like, it took too long. So basically, it's the first show in I don't know how long, 15 years, that I haven't taken a shower before the show.
How stinky were your nuts?
Pretty stinky, I guess.
And
I
did you
showered
take,
later. So.
Pre-show dumps?
Of course.
Ugh,
yeah.
You must have been all gamey down there.
I had a gamey butt. Yeah. But anyways, then we started asking what he told us, he goes, you know where the best showers are? And I was like, where? He goes, truck stops. And I was like, what?
No.
He goes, you have no idea. They're like super high, high pressure. He's like, use nicer showers than you find in like 5-star hotels.
No.
And I was like, you got to be shitting me. He's like, yeah. And I go, how much are they? $10.
No.
And I was like, I want to take a truck stop shower too. I want to get it.
Yeah, but don't you run the risk of getting stabbed?
You also run
by
the risk,
like drifters and.
You also could like meet a cool guy.
A cool lot lizard.
Yeah. Well, then the truck stop shower conversation led to what else happens at truck stops.
Right, good things.
I was like, hey, are there really? He's like, lot lizards? Yep. And I go, what?
I like this. I like the phrase lot lizard.
Lot lizard. He's like, oh yeah, they're there. I go, what happens? He goes, they knock on your door. They knock on your door. They'll just come up, sneak through the
lot lizard.
And then, they ask you if you want some. And I go, are they everywhere? And he goes, not everywhere. He's like, California sure has a few.
The nice weather. Yeah. The lot lizards aren't afraid.
And then sometimes it's a different arrangement. Sometimes he said, like, you'll know, like, the driver will, like, obviously, knows someone in the area. You'll see, like, cars pulling in that they're clearly it's been arranged, like maybe
arranged beforehand. You mean?
Yeah, like the guy knows that this girl works in this area.
This lizard.
So the lizard will show up, and then I was like, oh, what's that like? He's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, sure. He doesn't know.
I'm like,
He's like, Deb, I don't know. What's a lot
know
lizard?
about these lot lizards? And
I
he's
don't
like,
know. I'm so innocent. I'm just a dummy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be into the lot lizard. But I would like. I mean, I think a fun fantasy would be like a stranded girl, who's like,
okay, moving along.
I don't have any way to get to.
I already know where this is going.
I don't know
Dirty
how
John,
to get
Dirty Tom
to Dallas. I'm stuck here. I'm like, oh, I'm going to Dallas. You are? Yeah, come on over. And then she gets on the bus. I'm like, now you got to pay the toll, And then like what you do is.
He's really encouraging you, Blue Band Radio.
You just wear her out in the
wear
bus.
her out. What do you mean, babe? In the bang bus.
Yeah.
Well, you told me you guys take your turns on the lot.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm saying with this stranded girl.
Yeah.
As like she gets the business from me. I give it to my
stranded girl.
I give it to the opening act. He runs through her. Mm-hmm. Then the driver takes his turn. And then we drop her off nowhere close to Dallas.
Wow, that sounds like
she's where is this? And I'm like, Montana. Good luck.
Yeah. You shouldn't hitchhike, you stupid bitch.
I wasn't going to go that far.
Well, it's a lesson to learn.
That was a good lesson.
Now, but you guys did tell me about a thing called hot bagging.
Yeah.
Tell us what it is.
Well, you can't make chocolate on the bus.
We learned that 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Well, you can, I guess, on like the really state of the art.
You're telling me on like Brian Regan's bus.
Yeah.
you can shit on his bus.
He can shit on his bus. He had it custom designed and made, and then his bus has like this special grinder, and there's like coffee
grinder?
beans. Yeah.
Are you kidding?
I swear he told me. He goes, "What's the point of buying your own bus if you can't shit on it?"
He's got a really good point.
And I was like, "Yeah, of course." But most of them. Here's the thing: you can shit. Obviously, it's a toilet.
You can.
And then they'll tell you, if it's an emergency, obviously don't think twice. But some of them, they're like, there's just the ventilation of it all.
Sure.
The shit is sitting on the bus with you. And they're like, it'll, I haven't done it, but they say it'll find its way into the vents, like until they clean it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hot bag it. You just, you grab a bag from Target or something and you just put that in there and then you just shit into that, tie it up. And then you can just leave it on the front seat,
For the lot lizard. You throw it at her when you're done.
Throw it at the lot lizard. Here's your payment. Yeah.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
That's right. Yeah.
I shit into a wag bag in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
That's how they do in the war. And I threw it into fire. A garbage hot bag. I hot bagged it in Afghanistan.
A lot of people have been reaching out to us online and elsewhere about, the big news about Morton's.
Oh, don't remind me.
Pulling out, getting their money back, and what are our steakhouse options, essentially. So we got a number of messages about it. I can read you a few.
I'd like to hear it. Go ahead.
Okay, it says, "Hello, mothers. I am the future CEO of Outback Steakhouse." What? How do you know that?
What?
Is this real? And while I have never set foot in an Outback Steakhouse, I plan on taking the business into my hands. I have applied online to be the CEO.
Cool.
God damn it.
I don't think
he says he has no experience.
Genuine.
But he's confident in the next few weeks he'll get the call.
All right.
And as soon as he gets the call, he's prepared to give us $1 million check. And on top of that, all Outback locations will indeed give you 5% off your entire appetizer.
Even the bloomin' onion?
Yes. Ciao, Kai. Thanks, Kai. I really hope they hire you as CEO without any experience. Well, that one is obviously a joke.
That's not
Let's see
real.
if this gets any better. My name is Nick. I work for the marketing division of Texas Roadhouse.
Oh.
Hey, that's a good
Okay, that
steakhouse.
sounds good.
I was forwarded your email. We are a fine dining establishment, are very active in our increasing brand awareness. We are informed that your podcast reaches a very select and unique market, and to be honest, that's exactly what we're looking for. That's promising.
Great.
We need partners that know how to reach the people we don't always connect with. The sort of people that aren't exactly watching CNN every day and reading the morning newspaper.
Okay.
Below is a very specific
weird.
description of our ideal target customer that we hope to reach through new sponsorships. Likes fine food, including wet and dry aged steaks.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Check.
Enjoys a good time with friends in a relaxing environment.
Check.
Okay. Farts, belches in public with no remorse. Okay. This doesn't seem real anymore. Possible suspect in active murder investigations.
Okay.
Cool guy. Likes big sloppy knockers.
Yeah.
Not Bert.
Not Bert.
If you think this sounds like any level of your loyal listeners, then we encourage you to reach out. We look forward to having you fart in any of our restaurants. Okay.
Wait a minute.
And this is signed Big Dick Nick.
Jeez.
All right. So far we have 0 legitimate inquiries. Okay. This one says a steakhouse in Koreatown.
I love Koreatown.
And they have great meat there. I own and run a beautiful steakhouse in Koreatown. I would love to sponsor your podcast. All that we ask is you change the name of the podcast, the purpose of the show, and everyone that appears in it. If you're willing to try it out, we'll donate $100 for every 1,000,000 viewers.
Oh, wow.
To the Goggles for Gangsters Foundation.
Gosh.
I mean, this is
pathetic.
Such a bummer. And the last one, hey, I worked at a steakhouse called Kansai for 3 years. Chinese owned, so no problems with content, but they are cheap as fuck. Hit me back with some figures so we can take this further. Try it out. We got sushi and hibachi. Thanks, Eli.
It doesn't look like we have any sponsors.
Well, that's it. I guess we're steakhouse sponsor free right now. I mean, we're still free agents, so if you know anybody, yourmomspodcast@gmail.com and make sure you throw steakhouse in the subject line.
I do love your burps.
Thank you.
They make me laugh every time.
Yeah. Yeah, have you been following, by the way, this Jussie Smollett thing at all?
I have. I mean, I heard about it. Look, I saw on, you know, I do love the gram. I saw the outpouring of, you know, my favorite thing in the world is when people hop on board any of the social justice things, like very quickly. There's a shooting. They're the first person to support
I
the
am
victims.
with all of you.
Fucking like idiots.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about your fucking dumb Instagram
I put up
support?
a photo of a ribbon when that happened.
I know.
I care.
Makes me laugh so much. Like, fucking who cares?
So stupid.
Why are you doing that?
Or
It helps
the Valentine's
nobody.
ones, like,
Oh, God.
those are my favorite. They do a picture. They're like, this is my partner. I love her so much.
So
do you
silly.
love your partner?
I know, because Tom and I don't. And we don't do that because, like, I just think it's so fucking cheesy to be like, the light of my life. This is the one and only. You're the inspiration. And it's so sincere and earnest. Like, I'm just embarrassed by it.
You're fucking queer. You know that? It's so weird.
It's embarrassing. I don't like it.
It's more embarrassing when it's like a known person.
I
get
know.
like your regular person who's like, here's the love of my life, whatever.
Different.
But like when the person with like
celebrities do
millions
it.
of followers is like,
Yeah.
here's my lover.
Yeah.
And I do love them. Look, there's a picture showing how much I love them.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm saying. I don't think regular, like everyday
No.
people, that's normal. But when you're a celebrity and you're like, look at my spouse, look how wonderful my life is. Like, bitch, we get it. Your life is
The
amazing.
day I met you was a special day.
Like,
And
I
I'll
don't think.
never forget that you had raspberries. With I hate it.
Yeah, because you and I obviously love each other, but
Yeah,
the
just like the
public,
gays. I know.
just like the gays, the public display of it would make me vomit all
It's
over myself.
so weird.
Yeah. So any hoodles, I was on the gram and I saw the outpouring. That's how I know anything happens in the world is
Yeah.
people on Instagram reporting it.
Yeah.
And so Jussie Smollett, that's how you say
Yeah,
his
so
name?
he's an actor. I mean, this story is now enormous, but so what happened was a few weeks ago, he's an actor on Empire.
Right.
And he
That show's been on for a minute.
Yeah, it's a wildly successful show. He's on the show. News story came out that this dude was attacked at like 2 a.m. Allegedly attacked at like 2 a.m. Somebody put a noose around his neck, beat him, poured bleach on him, said racial homophobic slurs, and then was like, "This MAGA country, bitch." Like, so like an intense hate crime, right? So everybody was like, what the fuck? But then like as the story developed, it started to have peculiar details. You know, the whole thing is
Dirty John details.
Yeah, it's really disturbing and sad. But so ends up what we're at right now, at least at the moment of recording this, because this story will probably develop more between now and when people even see or hear this, you know?
Yeah.
But as of right now, what we know for sure is that like a month or a few months ago, he did receive a threatening letter at the production offices, and that he was resentful that the letter and the threat didn't receive more attention. Right? It was like a homophobic racial letter because he is openly gay. And I guess it probably is one of those things that was like a blurb maybe, and then people didn't really talk about it much. Well, that upset him. So what's allegedly happening right now is that when the attack happened, you know, obviously people were like, we need to find the suspects. They researched, you know, all the cameras in the area, and they did find 2 guys walking around at that time. So like these are people of interest. So then they eventually apprehended and arrested the people of interest. Turns out they're 2 Nigerian American brothers who go work out at the same gym as him. One of them has even appeared on an episode of Empire.
See, that's mistake number 1. Yeah.
And, you know, when the police were like, we want to see your phone records, because apparently he was on the phone with his manager at the time of the attack, he gave them a redacted version of his phone records.
That's a big word.
So things that started to kind of, you know, not really add up. And then when they spoke to those brothers, they released them without charges. And the investigation has shifted into allegedly Jussie, perhaps having set up this attack as a ploy for the attention he felt like he deserved from the letter.
Interesting.
Which is highly disturbing.
Highly disturbing. And
he did interviews. Oh my God.
Oh, right. Yeah,
he did
I saw
an
that
interview
too.
where he was like crying, talking about what was said to him. Like, really.
He's an actor, though.
He's an actor.
So it makes sense.
He was really
Crime, motherfucker.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah. Well, okay, mistake number one, obviously, is don't hire people you know. Like the guy at the gym. You got to put an ad out. You got to say, piss on me, beat me. Are you...
Dude, it's the whole thing is a bad idea. It's going to blow up.
It's terrible.
It's a bad idea. I mean, also, you should see that these dudes that he hired to attack him.
Yeah.
I mean, if these guys are allegedly hired to attack, if they actually attacked him, he would fucking still be in ICU.
Oh, really?
These dudes are jacked.
Really?
Yeah. He must have been like, look, man, I mean, easy. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are huge.
Well, I think even from a casting perspective, you may want to cast like white big guys to do hate crime, right?
Do the hate crime?
Yeah, you may as well do it right.
He got two black guys be like, you black motherfucker.
Yeah, like, wait a minute.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I heard a rumor that he was getting fired from Empire, and he was doing this as a way to get attention.
See, that I don't know.
Like that, I don't know.
It could be true, but I mean,
who knows?
Who knows what's at the root of this? But
that's crazy.
This is backfiring.
Though.
I mean, it's also like it really is sad. It's sad that somebody would orchestrate a fake thing like this.
Well, and especially like to actually get hurt in the process, like
and elicit sympathy from people.
Oh, that's
like
so
emotionally,
dark. Yeah.
do that to people.
So Dirty Johnish, right?
Then, like, you go, obviously, like, he's, he is, let's say, anti Trump, right?
Right.
But this actually makes you look worse,
of course,
because then you're creating this fake narrative of somebody who's like a Trump guy doing that to you, but they didn't do that to you.
Right, he's making it political.
Yeah.
But by the way, if you do make it political, you make it about anti-Trump, that you've rallied now the support of the entertainment industry because everybody fucking hates Trump in showbiz.
Well,
right?
what ends up happening is that now, since he made that shit up, then like a Trump supporter gets to go like, oh, look what they're trying to paint me as this. It's like the whole thing backfires on him. It's a really obviously
exciting.
It's a super calculated, poorly executed idea. And if he wanted to do something like that, you should have talked to me first, man.
What would you have done differently?
I don't know. I probably wouldn't have done this.
Yeah.
You mean like, hey man, we're gonna work out this fake hate crime? Like,
it's so bizarre.
No, Bert would be a good guy to talk to.
He knows all about hate crimes.
I think we'll have him in soon, and maybe we can run it by him. I bet he'll be like, oh, here's how you do this. First of all,
you gotta get drunk.
First of all, you gotta get hammered.
No alcohol.
So you don't feel so bad when you say all those words. And then
big words.
Speaking of so stupid, Bert's retarded. I'm sorry, R word. I said the R word. I'm sorry. God. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
You use the R word. Do not scream at me, mommy.
Okay. I apologize for any mentally challenged listeners that are offended by that. Did you hear that Karl Lagerfeld died?
Yeah, the head. Yeah. Yep. I sure did.
So he was the head of Chanel, right? House of Chanel.
I don't know.
For a while.
Was he?
He was, yeah. So, he's a designer. He's a very, very famous fashion guy.
Yeah.
But what I love about him is I love anybody that has the audacity to have such a stylized look. Because if you, look at those teethies, though.
That dude looked like a Bond villain for 50 years.
I know. And all the...
Every day, too, by the way.
Every day. Because all the obituaries... When I read them, they all say he is known for his ponytail and black sunglasses. Like, that is such a bold choice.
Look at that collar, though. I remember that collar.
And fingerless gloves. Like, who just walks around life wearing shades and fingerless leather gloves?
Yeah.
And a ponytail?
And also, it's not a timeless look.
It's not at all.
This dude wore this every day for decades.
Right.
And it's not a timeless look.
No, it's extremely 80s, wouldn't you say?
I would also say it looks like, you see eccentric, especially in New York, you'll see eccentric older people walking around.
Like
You're like,
Iris
look
Apfel
at this asshole. Yeah, who's basically they're wearing, their hot gear from the 80s or 70s. And you're like, Yeah, you got to update that shit, man. It's
Yeah,
been 40
bro.
years. You can't do that.
Wait, did you see his chompers?
Yeah. By the way,
Blue Man, go back to his teethies. I mean, he had enough money to
is
take
that
care
his
of
name
that.
spelled correctly?
No, it's wrong. It's Lagerfeld.
It's Lagerfeld.
Not. I don't know. Maybe it was Longenfeld in
How
the
is it?
beginning.
What's the right-
Lagerfeld. I thought.
Try that.
Lager.
Oh yeah, there's way more. Results
Yeah,
there.
Lagerfeld.
Look at that shit. Look at that fucking guy. To be that comfortable with yourself.
I don't know. Is he though? That's really an
Look
identity.
at that collar. Here's the thing, though. I mean, you talk about like couture. Like you couldn't wear that fucking thing anywhere, man.
People be like, "There's the crazy guy."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like he gets away with it because he's the designer. Which, yeah, you expect the designer to be, but like, I don't know.
And do you think at some point,
If I walked around, I was like, "Hey, check
real?
out my tux. Do you like it?" You'd be like, "You look like an asshole, man."
I mean, he's so fucking old.
Look at
here
that
too.
collar. Look at the collar.
I know, it's absurd. But Tommy, do you think the ponytail was real hair? Because he's old. She's 85 when he died.
It probably was for a minute, and then
But
he
no,
just, yeah.
like a hair extension.
Oh man, yeah. Well, he died. What did he die of?
I don't know. He's
Did that
85.
collar finally choke him out? It's so ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Well, there's all these highly stylized people. There's like Anna Wintour, like she's another one.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
known for her
yeah.
bob. And then there's Iris Apfel.
That's him. His last moment.
What are you saying? Yeah, there's Anna Wintour. She's known for this bob, right? The bangs and the
Yeah, she
the
has that.
glasses.
But at least I feel like Anna Wintour could, somebody could dress like that.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
it's
it's
doable.
high fashion, but you'd be like, oh yeah, it's a fashionable. That guy, no one could get away with
Nobody but him. Yeah.
that. No,
It's
I mean, look, she just
insanity.
looks like she
looks great.
She looks like she's wealthy and knows fashion.
But
you know?
type in Iris Apfel. Irishapfel. You ever seen this old lady? She's super famous. Like her? You ever seen this wacky old lady?
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
cute,
yeah.
right?
She's adorable.
Her whole thing, like she's wearing like chunky jewelry and the
Yeah.
crazy glasses. Like I'm wacky.
But that's kind of what I'm
lady.
talking about.
It's an identity.
In New York, you would see this lady
Yeah.
walking around, and you'd be like, I saw this craziest, most eccentric old lady today.
Yeah.
You know, she's been rocking that shit for decades, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's
But
her whole
I don't know,
thing.
but with her, it looks appealing.
Yeah, it suits them.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is
But
that
Lagerfeld looks like he's like, I've got a cum dungeon.
is that what you think? He's letting you know he's got to come.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
But how come some people can do this and some people can't? Like if I put all this shit on me, people would laugh.
It's
Be like,
in
you
your
look
essence.
ridiculous.
Though. It's in your essence.
Yeah.
Like you know that it looks appropriate on her. When you look at her,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, she carries it. Like it
works.
fits her. Yeah, it's because she's not trying to look like that.
No.
She just is that. You know?
Yeah, and even Lagerfeld, that guy's so gay. Like he's so powerfully gay.
Yeah.
The gayness comes out in like fingerless leather gloves
Yeah.
and the ponytail and the
Oof.
What's
Yes.
that?
Oh,
Who's that?
That can't
That's
be-
not him.
No.
Missing
That's got to
teeth.
be a look-alike.
Who the fuck is
That
this?
looks like a imitator. You know,
It looks like the guy that invented Star Wars. What's his name?
George Lucas.
It's just like the gays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oh, those chompers.
Yeah.
Bro, you gotta fix those
I wonder if he was
teeth.
still smashing
Of course.
like young,
Of course.
hot model guys.
Of course.
Like last week,
yes.
these 3 like 19-year-old guys were like, "But you said you wanted to take pictures." It's like, I do, but first naked.
That's his
here.
game. He's like, would you like to take pictures?
Take a picture, milk me dry. Take picture.
Come over here. I have a hot bag for you.
And they're like, oh, Mr. Lagerfeld, please. Please.
He's German, so he's into all the weird
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
German.
Thank you, sir.
Hard fucking
man.
core.
Hard fucking core for sure.
Yeah. Oh, don't
Ooh.
bring up the next hard fucking core guy.
Yeah.
On the
we
show.
got some hardcore guys coming.
Yeah.
We got Kyle Kinane. We got Greg Fitzsimmons. It's going to be a good time.
That was a very
Gene.
good job.
Thanks. Let's just read an email before we take our break here, you know?
Sure.
Thought maybe you would want to check this out. Here's an email. It says, my husband had the same problem for months when we started dating. He never had an orgasm during sex.
Oh.
This is like Josh Potter.
Josh Potter's problem.
He would always have to jack off at the end of sex, and at first I thought it was something I was doing that was wrong. Then I realized that when he was single, he got comfortable jacking off a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I say to Josh, when you get in a relationship, lay off the jacking off. Get it out of your comfort zone. My husband can orgasm during sex now. An anonymous mommy.
Wow. Oh, that's cool.
I think maybe it's pretty good advice. What does Josh think of that?
What do you say, Josh Potter? You got to lay off the jerkin, bro.
Stop being alone and having,
Hardcore fun?
hardcore fun with yourself.
I will say that I have gone periods of time without jacking off, like extended periods of time.
And do you think it had any relationship with the actual sex then?
No.
None?
No. It doesn't do it. It doesn't work.
Because the concept kind of seems...
I get what they mean. They're like, oh, don't jerk off, don't look at porn. It makes more sensitivity, and then you jizz faster or whatever, but it doesn't...
You don't think so?
It hasn't helped. I mean, how long do I got to go? Years?
I don't know. The concept of not pleasuring yourself...
It's never dawned on you?
It seems like it's...
Elementary.
You know? It does seem kind of elementary. You know?
Good one, Gene. You nailed it.
You got me.
You did, bro. You set him up for that
and
one.
you've tried this?
Yeah, in relationships. Because I'm dating someone. I'm going to go a couple weeks without...
Couple weeks. Okay.
Is that not enough?
No, but I mean,
that's a lot.
that seems like
right.
So you had a big buildup in there, like it's all backed up. The pipes.
Well, if I'm having regular sexual intercourse, then I won't jerk off for because I'll be like, I'm gonna have my dick inside something here in a couple of hours.
Something, a vagina, you mean?
Yeah, or a mouth, whatever.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
A hand.
Or a beehole.
Yeah, beehole.
And then you still can't, huh?
Yeah.
We got to find you. So you've been, have any ladies reached out yet to help Josh Potter
I've had
come?
a few.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see. I mean, through my travels, I'll have to see if they're serious or not in their endeavors.
Any local women in the city of Los Angeles, if you'd like to make Josh Potter come?
Yeah, while I'm here, since I do reside in LA, if you do also, then sure, reach out to me. Other than that, I'll
oh my God. How we got like a few people even messaged me and they were like, I'm down to make Josh come. And I was like, what?
Are they in LA County?
We need someone in LA.
Look, there was there was somebody last week. She was cute. She was like, I bet I can make Josh come. You saw that one.
Yeah, no, I'm compiling where you are in the country, ladies, and I am going to create a tour based off of where you live. And
you absolutely should do that.
Yeah, we'll have a Make Josh Come tour, and then the city that makes me come. Maybe I'll film a special there or something.
I think this goes without saying. I mean, this is
the grossest idea we've ever had.
This is pretty gross.
You said greatest wrong.
There was also, there was that. There was an adult industry person who said that. Did you not see that one? Didn't you get that one?
Oh, yes. That one is in another state as well. Oh. But, it could be coming up here on the Make Josh Come tour.
Dude, if you don't follow
that's definitely
up on that,
that's definitely an asterisk. Like,
you don't follow up on that, we're not friends.
Oh, am I going to not follow up on it? I mean, do you know me at all?
Okay, because she was like, this message was like, I work in the adult business, and like, I bet Josh could come inside of me. I was like,
wow.
Respond.
Yeah.
Hello.
I will hitchhike to that fucking city. I don't need a show to do that.
Jesus
to
Christ.
go there.
Well, Josh, hold on. How can girls get a hold of you? What's the best way?
I'm on Twitter at J_Potter, or you can find me on Instagram at Josh_Potter.
Yep. Okay. Or you could send an email to yourmomspodcast@gmail.com, and in the subject line
put Steakhouse.
Put no. Put Make Josh Come.
Yes.
You can see Josh Potter doing his own headlining show with friends March 22nd at the Hollywood Improv. If you go to his Twitter page at J_Potter, his pinned tweet is a link to the show.
Yeah. And if you come to that, I'll make you come.
Oh my God. I'm going to vomit everywhere.
Who do you have? Do you have
been practicing that one?
Somebody on the show with you?
Doug Mellard's going to be on the show.
Oh, very funny.
My
Doug
buddy
Mellard.
Rob Banks is going to be on the show, and hosting it's going to be Maddie Hansen, who's hilarious as well.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Josh. Okay. Shit.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
good luck coming, and I hope you find
all over my face.
I hope you find a local LA smoke show.
Yeah, if you're out there in LA, I could use some practice here in town.
That'd be good for you.
Come on out of the dugout and
Jesus
throw
Christ.
some hot heaters my way.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh, he's so nasty. Ew.
There's Josh.
I hope so. One day.
There's Josh on tour.
Please, Lord.
Or Orange County adjacent, maybe Riverside County.
So many. But
San
anyways,
Bernardino.
I really appreciate that that message from a listener. I think that's very thoughtful. you know?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is. You want to read this one?
Yeah.
Here you go. Read
That's
this
a long.
one.
I forgot
know,
my
but-
fucking glasses. I always forget my goddamn.
Yeah.
Oh Christ! Helped mom with cock ring is the subject. Hey Gene, so I was listening to an older podcast where Mommy Tina was talking about eating her mom's edible underwear. Yeah, and it made me think of my own gross ass story with mom. Just to let you know, I didn't eat the entire pair of underwear. My mother, as we discussed, was mentally ill.
Yeah.
And she would show me about sex, and she had a sex drawer that she would show me all the stuff in, and she'd be like, "This is edible underwear. It tastes like piña colada." And I was so young. I was like, "What's piña colada?" Like I learned what a piña colada was and what edible underwear was all in once. It was disgusting. So I tasted it. I didn't eat the whole thing. Anyway, she says, it made me think of my own gross story with my mom. When I was 18, I worked in a sex shop in Culver City, and my mom was very much privy to that information. So one day while I was at work, I see my mother and my aunt at my store picking out items for their men. My mom notices me and quickly tries to hide behind a small display table that had our newest collection of vibrators. Ugh. As I clearly spot her and say, "Hi, Mom," my manager quickly turns and busts out laughing, saying how, quote, cool it was that my mom was a customer. We worked on commission at my store, so my coworker who was assisting my mom at the time allows me to ring her and my aunt up, gross, which is something I did not want to do, in caps, but couldn't say no. So I helped my mom purchase a vibrating cock ring, 5 samples of lube, and over-the-counter hormone pills for her and her BF. Ugh. Mind you, I had barely graduated high school and was mortified to know what my mom was doing in the bedroom. Ugh, this is just one thing I knew too much about in comparison to all the other nasty ass things she had asked me in regards to her sex life. Keep it high and tight, y'all. And no, I wouldn't marry my mom. From Danny.
That's intense. That's really like, Mom, you got enough lube?
Ugh.
And
Yeah,
Mom's
but
like, you know how I fuck.
that's how my mom was, though. And my mother would show me her douche bag, like the old school douche, like the bulb and the black thing and the orange bulb. She's like, and she always tell me, men do not like women with stinky pussy.
That's true.
You have to wash your vagina, and you cannot wear underwear to bed. You have to let your vagina breathe.
Your mom nailed some things.
She does know that men don't like women with stinky
one
pussies.
thing that's 100% true.
But who likes anybody with stinky pussies? It's not.
There's a few out there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably.
Josh Potter.
I don't know.
Do you like stinky pussies?
Nah. I'm one of those.
Those weirdos.
I'm one of those clean pussy guys. Yeah.
I'm into having a clean one too, personally.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild. Here's a man. I don't want to know anything about how much my parents fucked, though.
Of course.
Like,
how much do you think your parents fucked?
I've gotten a few over the years. I mean, I'm almost 40, and my dad, we've had him on the show where he's like, I like a full bush.
That's so nice.
I like big tits too. And I'm like, even that, I'm like, it still feels like it doesn't feel real. It feels like it's a character saying it, you know? But it, like, to think about it it will set me
so
in
nasty.
the wrong direction.
Well, it's inappropriate. Your children. But can I tell you what I always think about, Tommy?
Yeah.
When I thought about it even last night as I was walking around our bedroom. I wasn't wearing a bra under my shirt.
Yeah.
And I thought about how when your mom came to visit us about 2 years ago, remember I took her bra shopping to get her the right size for her tetas because they're low-hanging
fruits.
Right.
Yeah.
And your father was very upset with me that I actually wanted
Got her
them.
a supportive bra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I gave your mom too like a house bra because I wear like around the house without underwire, kind of a loose, just something to hold them. And he said that he doesn't like her wearing that even. That he likes it low and loose and jiggly around the house.
So disturbing. I don't want to think about it.
I know.
Stop talking.
It's so gross.
Okay.
What do you prefer though? Would you want mine to be hangers low or to?
I like you. I mean, I like just you to be comfortable and however your breast hangs works for me. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to not be like, I would love to wear a bra, but
my husband's dick gets
my
hard.
husband gets real upset if I'm wearing
Did you realize it makes your dad's dong hard?
All right. So we got this other email. It says, hey, Hitler, am I the only one going to point out Hard Rock Nick looks like Tom, who took a left turn earlier in life, Carson? Okay, first of all,
Let me address that too, because that's some more retarded shit I'm gonna get.
So we profiled Hard Rock Nick last week, and it blew up in a lot of ways.
This guy's got real
He ended up
problems.
opening the comments on his Instagram. They were closed before, and it went. I didn't see
That's brilliant. Whoever did that.
That's Kyle Johnson made that.
Oh my goodness.
But look, if you go to his Instagram, he had closed comments.
Look at those eyebrows.
Now they're open.
Yeah.
And it's just like McDonald's.
Yeah,
or
of course.
Like they went
Game on.
or Garth. They went crazy on it. So here's what I want to tell you though. We didn't know a lot about him. We just saw a cool guy, and we profiled him. You know, we just like played clips and anyways, when it got a huge reaction. Like they bombarded his comments. He ended up deleting and blocking a lot of them too.
What?
Yeah.
Our listeners?
You know who did
Weird.
that too? Like we didn't even tell people that, but Morton's did it. But anyway, I didn't know anything about the guy.
The mommy army.
Let me just say this. I didn't know anything about the guy. And then like a lot of people sent us to this Twitter handle. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but you can read it yourself. At B as in boy, D as in dog, N as in Nancy, deep. BDN deep. That dude has a thread on him that is disturbing. I mean, you know, it's just a guy's thread.
Dirty John style.
It's Dirty John style. There's another guy who I guess used to be friends with him on Instagram that also has a thing going on. But anyways, that Twitter thread is pretty...
Can I see the picture of Tom again as this guy? It's my favorite. The picture of him holding the mic from... Which
that
tour
guy,
is that? What special is that, Tom?
That's from Disgraceful, yeah.
I still fuck a lot.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I kept thinking about this week?
I mean, retarded, man.
I kept thinking about how he used to have 2 Amazon packages a week, and now it's down to 1.
Such a crazy line.
Wait, how do you even conceive? Like, how do you even think of something that crazy?
I don't know.
And I don't know. And how is that a bragging thing that you went from 2 down to 1? Like, shouldn't you be upping your Amazon Prime deliveries if you're a baller?
Are you trying to figure this out?
I am trying. I'm trying. I know.
That makes no sense.
He's an enigma.
But you guys, just so you know, you'll hear when we have Kyle in. It's a separate time, so it's like it's still kind of fresh to us.
Right. So
in
we're
this
excited.
episode,
Still.
yeah. But now it's like, what's going on?
Thanks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All done.
Anyways, we should be back momentarily with Fitzsimmons.
All
okay?
right.
Mom's house. We'll be back to getting physical after this quick break.
And we are back with one of my absolute favorite comedians in the world, absolutely hilarious podcaster and comedian and writer, Greg Fitzsimmons.
Oh, welcome back.
Boy, do I like that intro.
I mean,
That's nice to hear.
It's so true. You're one of the best comedians in the world, one of my absolute favorites to watch. Thankfully, you're here without that dumb broad you were going to bring.
With the dumb what?
Broad.
He doesn't even know that kind of talk.
I know.
That's how sweet Greg
I know,
is.
He's a nice guy. No, I was kidding.
You're
Of course.
co-host.
Well, we know you have isn't it a new podcast with her?
We've done about a dozen episodes.
Alison Rosen.
Childish. Alison Rosen.
She would have been here, but as we all know,
A lot of women out there are fucking full of shit, and they're stupid.
Right? So
Look at his face.
Well, that's why you can't hire them, because they're going to go get fucking knocked up and miss work.
Sluts.
And this would have been a cool place to show the dynamic of the two of you.
Yeah.
But now,
I'll have it with you. I'll pretend that you're her.
Okay. I'll do it.
Here's big news about her is, she's going to have the baby literally by the time this airs, she may have had it.
Yeah.
And she's been constipated really bad.
Really?
Where she's like using her finger to work it out at times.
Very
hard
frustrating.
pebbles.
Dad does that. Yeah.
And so yesterday she took, ready for this?
Yeah.
A 9-pound shit.
What?
Because, they weigh you constantly.
Yes.
And she lost 9 pounds.
Wow.
She took a laxative and finally let it out
was
after
it the laxative?
a week.
Wow.
Yeah. I wish we could have seen those logs.
I mean, that's going to be bigger than the baby. How much does a baby weigh?
That is the baby. That is the baby.
That's a baby weight.
It's Yeah.
Now,
Now,
did she talk about
named
what did she say? What she saw in the bowl or no?
What color?
No, she didn't get into the details.
We gotta follow
But she's
up.
told me recently it's been all pebbles.
Yeah, it happens. The hormonal shifts. Plus, your intestines are all scrambled.
Yeah.
So you have to be very vigilant about browning, and I was very vigilant with my browns every day.
Yeah.
You got to eat a lot of fiber. You got to get in there.
Right.
Drop
It sounds like she might have, if she was that constipated, maybe dehydrated too.
Yeah, that can help.
I think the baby can draw the liquid.
Yeah.
Steal that liquid from you. They're
Steals
taking
everything.
everything. They're inside your body, taking your
parasites.
shit.
Yeah. No, I know.
Baby.
Fucking babies.
Yeah.
Before we begin, though, I have a YMH exclusive.
Were we told about this or not?
This is a surprise to me.
Let's get the exclusive out of the way.
Just for the listeners to know. And for you.
Yeah.
Well, we were waiting for Greg to arrive.
Do you need
Yes, I need some fucking music. It's a big deal.
Your mom's house exclusive. You smelt it here first.
Go ahead.
I saw Josh Potter eat something.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Josh is a comedian who also works with us.
I just met him.
He's a hilarious comic. He is a human cockroach. He's like 40 degrees is hot. I don't eat. I sleep from 3 p.m. to 8. I can't come with a woman. Like just all
He can't come with a woman?
No. He can only come if he takes over and strokes it himself. But he can't actually finish. So he can just bang for hours and just be like, sorry.
Oh, so he can make love to a woman. He just can't complete.
Yeah.
Have you ever faked it because you were too drunk to pop?
That's a good question.
Wow.
I did once.
You did?
Yeah, and I took the condom off real quick and threw it out before she could see it was empty.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What a life
So,
you've had.
Faked an orgasm.
I was a man. Now, see, but we can feel. But if you're both drunk, she probably couldn't feel.
Not with a condom on, no.
Yeah. I
Just,
feel like
just
I've
before we move on, Josh
faked-
ate a Twinkie, just so we
Oh, a
know.
Twinkie.
So he's still
That's
a
good.
cockroach.
He's going to live long.
Yeah.
So-
It's still full of nasty shit. So
I feel like I faked coming with an ugly
With
girl
me?
once.
Oh.
Like I just was like, I want this to be over. So I was like, oh.
I know who it
feels
was.
so- You do?
I feel like, because I know about the trolls that you've porked, you've told me. Was it that older woman?
To all the trolls I've porked before.
When I fucked my friend's aunt, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it her?
No.
Yeah. That was bad day.
Whoa.
I was 21. She was in her 40s. So like now that doesn't sound crazy,
old.
but 20 some year age gap.
Yeah.
And I was hammered. I mean, really hammered. All I remember was that, I definitely didn't finish. I don't think I pretended. I was just
You just
so
stopped.
hammered. I just remember, dude, waking up, right? And waking up and I'm looking out a window because I'm in bed. I'm looking out this window like, where am I? Like totally coming to, this is the next morning.
Yeah.
Where the fuck am I? It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh, so hungover. And then I just feel an arm like around me.
Looks like a movie.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? And she's like, hey, baby, good morning. And I turned and it looked like Bill Belichick in a wig. Like, I was like, oh.
And you were Tom Brady.
And
Yeah.
I was like, and then she's like, I'm going to take a shower. I'll see you in a minute. And I was like, oh, I'm going to sprint out of here.
Yeah.
My clothes is all over the house. I get dressed, and I was like about to walk out the front door, and I realized not only did I not drive here, I don't know where I am. So I just had to wait downstairs, like kind of pacing, nervous.
This is before Uber.
Oh yeah, I was 20. So
And before me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I see on the refrigerator the report cards of her kids. And they're like 7th grade. So I was like, oh, shit. And then the best part is that when she drops me off, I was like, oh my God. My friend calls me. He's like, did you fuck my aunt? I was like, I think so. He's like, oh. Yeah, I know, man.
You got some real uggos in your past. You've got some real gnarly bitches in your past.
Now, if I was her on a regular with her on a regular basis, I'd be like Josh. I couldn't come either. I would just be like, I don't know what it is, but I can't finish.
I had this.
God damn it!
I had this woman one time, and there was a gig. You know, I was a Boston comic, and we would go out, and me and Rogan and Burr and all the Dane Cook, we were doing one-nighters all over New England. Like 7 nights a week. Comedy was we got so fucking lucky. We were born into a time where there was just gigs everywhere. And so like in the first year that we were doing stand-up comedy, we were on the road 7 nights a week, making $25 a pop, maybe 50 on a good night.
But you were in your glory probably, right? You guys
we were making a living.
Yeah.
It was a shitty living, but we were just smoking pot during the day, seeing movies, fucking around, writing material, and then going off to there was a gig, and it was in Maine, and you didn't get a hotel. It was, 2.5 hours away. There was no hotel.
Yeah.
And again, making like $50. You spent half of it on gas. And I drive up there with another comic, and we get there, we do the show, and it's a roadhouse, and it's a hell gig. And I remember bombing so bad that I was on stage and I was doing jokes, and they were nice. They weren't heckling, but they were also not laughing. And I did a joke, and I overheard an older couple in the front row. The woman said to the man, "The poor bastard." Which was worse than being heckled.
Yeah.
It was pity. And so there was a couple waitresses there, and me and the other comic hooked up with the two waitresses, and he went to her place. She drives me to her place. She's in a trailer, and she's got a 3-year-old asleep. Her mom is there and just says hi to me like I was the boyfriend coming home from college.
Whoa.
And then takes off. I go in there, and she's a skank. And so I don't know. I'm drunk, but I start sobering up.
Yeah.
And as we're fooling around, I just realize she's just too good at this.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be with the John McEnroe of one night stands in Maine. And so
really, you actually have that like in you to go like I'd rather not be that than have sex tonight.
I don't want to be a number, Tom.
Yeah. Wow. But this is also like 25 years ago we're talking about.
Yeah.
You still had that mentality.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so we get naked, and I remember her chasing me around the bed, trying to put it in her. She was grabbing it and trying to pull it into her, and me pulling away. It was like a wrestling match. And it ended with oral. There was a concession of oral.
Okay, you're like,
you gave in to that?
Gave in,
Yeah.
woke up in the morning in her bed. And again, no fucking idea where I am. I'm in Maine.
Yes.
There's no Uber.
That's the worst part.
And so her 3-year-old gets up and comes in, and the 3-year-old doesn't even act shocked. This is all normal. And so I go back to Boston, and about 3 weeks later, I run into a buddy of mine, and I'm going to tell you off the air who it is.
Okay.
Comedian, another Boston comedian.
Yeah.
And I see him, and this guy was a horn dog, and I see him, and he goes, "Dude, I just did Maine last night. Fuck this girl in her trailer." I go, 3-year-old? He's like, yeah. So we call the agent and we go, we want to do the gig together. So like 3 months later, we walk into the Roadhouse, shoulder to shoulder, and we see her. She's got a tray of drinks, practically drops the tray of drinks. Cut to after the show, in my buddy's car, double teaming her.
What?
I forgot to mention a detail. She's pregnant.
What?
Yeah.
How
This is
pregnant?
so much better than my story.
Like pregnant.
Like 5 months.
Well, we were there
showing.
3 months before.
Oh, right.
Do the math.
Oh, right.
Who knows? He didn't know.
Wow.
He
That
never
could've been
found
his.
out. He never found out. He never got the call all these years.
Wow.
Oh, because you gave her mouth babies. You didn't do.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Do you think
Wow.
did she seem pretty good at that? Like
She was. It was like is there an Olympics for oral sex?
Yeah.
Gold medalist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the good thing about skanks is
That's
they
weird.
provide a nice
Talking about
service.
lot lizards. Have you ever seen or had an experience
Heard
with a
about
lot
them. No.
lizard?
God, no.
But it sounds like she was kind of close. Like she's a comedy lizard.
Yeah.
What do you call comedy
Chuckle
lizards?
fuckers.
Chuckle fuckers.
Yeah.
There's some well-known ones out there. There's
like Throatzillas of comedy.
Yeah, there's there's one. There's one. I don't want to say anything in specific while we're recording.
Sure.
But there's a city that I know of that like a lot of comics have had the experience with one person.
What?
I'll tell you.
Is it a casino in Connecticut?
No, it's not. No.
Uh-huh.
But I'll tell you. I'll tell you when we're not recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta ask.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's wild, dude.
Yeah.
You guys were double teaming her.
Double teaming her.
Look at you.
A little bump. Triple teaming her
do you
because there was
still-
another human in the car.
Does your wife know what a slut you were?
You know, we never got into it.
Oh.
She hears rumblings, but she's not interested because we met at 30. You know, and you both have just you've been around. You've both been around. Like I remember trying to come up. I used to have a bit about this, like we trying to come up with pet names for each other that we hadn't already used on somebody else.
Oh.
And by the end of the week, I'm Norman and she's Dude.
All right, because it's got to be original.
It's got to be a new one you haven't used before.
Yeah.
Honey's gone, Babe's gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why we call each other jeans.
Yeah, it's true.
You call each other jeans?
Jeans. That's our nickname for each
Oh,
other.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But we hooked up when Tom was like 25.
Yeah.
And you still managed to be a real slut.
No, I wasn't though. That's the thing is they stand out more to her, the stories, because they
They're so
weren't with
nasty.
girlfriends. But
Yeah.
my number's low. It's not very high. you know?
Right.
So
How's your numbers?
Low. I'm not built
she was all
for-
monogamous like a fucking nerd.
I'm more of a relationship lady, and AIDS came out when I was in college. Like, didn't come out, but the hysteria. You have to wear a condom, you're gonna get AIDS. So I was in college at the height of like, you're gonna get AIDS and die, you know?
Right.
So that was a huge deterrent for me, was disease.
Yeah. Well,
Not like ethical or moral.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of wish I could go back now and,
Of course.
you know.
Imagine if you put your mentality now,
Oh my
like your
God.
brain into like 20-year-old you,
That was so great.
I know.
What would you do differently?
just smash
So much.
I smashed everything. I mean,
Yeah.
that
But
girl
you
was a
did.
rare exception.
Really?
Yeah, I put up big numbers.
Really?
Well, I was at Boston University, and it was just
Oh.
30,000 kids. So, like, you could have a one-night stand and never see that person again for
And you're
4
in
years.
school with them. That's crazy.
I just got an email at my website from a woman who said,
You don't remember me tonguing your ass?
she said, she goes, I remember, she goes, you're coming to Boston. I might come out and see you. You won't remember me because we hooked up in college and I saw you a week later and you didn't remember me either.
Oh my God.
I felt so bad.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you were a real slut back then.
Yeah.
Was it booze fueled or was it?
Yeah, it was a lot of booze.
Yeah.
Also, I think
Booze
I
will
was
do
just
it.
I was highly motivated. Some people I think are just built to like,
fuck.
I just liked on a night. What's more fun on a night to start with your buddies, get a good base of alcohol in the apartment, go hit a bar, go in pursuit, close, and go walk home. Whether it's the next morning, walking home at 6 a.m.
You're built. You have to be built for it, though.
Yeah.
I really believe that because here's the thing: all my sex, almost all of it, came to me. I was never like I would be hanging out with friends who were that guy.
Yeah.
And then she said no, and she said no, and she said no, and I would just be like, oh, someone just came up and started talking to me.
Yeah.
If this goes somewhere, cool.
Right.
That's why I think my numbers were never crazy.
You're what's known as a lazy hunter.
I was.
That's what Patty
a
Stanger,
lazy hunter.
the
Yeah,
millionaire
I was-
matchmaker, would be like, "You're a lazy.
You're a
That's-
Venus
the lazy
flytrap.
lion."
That's totally true because the big thing for me was like, I'm not gonna put in a lot of effort to this shit.
Yeah.
Pussy comes to me.
Well,
Shit.
it wasn't even like that. It wasn't like from like I'm too good for it. It was literally being lazy.
Were you good looking in college?
Oh, stunning.
Okay.
Was he?
He's handsome.
Well, you're handsome now, but I didn't know if you were like.
say, well, here's the thing.
Yeah, he's stunning.
Big
I
difference
think so
between freshman year and senior year.
Yeah.
About 70 pounds less when I graduated.
Did you play sports?
No.
Oh.
So, but I got to college. I was fat and by the time I graduated, I was in pretty good shape.
Yeah,
So
the
I-
opposite of what most kids do.
Yeah, I was the opposite. Yeah, I lost a bunch of weight. But the motivation was probably to lose the weight was probably to get more sex, you know?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, because you're like, you're in this environment and then you're like, oh, you know, I want to participate more. So I just lost weight, worked out more. Yeah, and pussy was just knocking it off.
Stop. Stupid. So dumb.
So many mouths.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You are so nasty.
So true.
Anyways, so you have a 15-year-old daughter now,
Yeah.
and how old is your other boo-boo?
My son is a senior.
Owen?
Dude.
Owen.
Yeah.
Owen's looking at colleges now.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
We're at the opposite end of the spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
We're like, and today he pulled his leg up to his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is such a different, the crazy thing is you don't spend less mental energy. Like you guys are putting in the physical and mental energy, but they get to be teenagers and it's still just like you're constantly, there's just meetings, there's strategy meetings every day because you really feel like, and most of the reading I've done on parenting at this stage is there is none. Just control the border. Because their peers have way more of an influence on them right now than you do as a parent. You guys, what you were doing now in the first 6 to 8 years is everything in terms of their morals, their choices, how they push themselves, how they self-soothe, all those things they're learning now because once they're teenagers, they're liars.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, teenagers just lie, and you take it personally when it first happens. Like we went out one night and we're like, we're going to a fucking movie, hour and a half, and we come back and like we can smell liquor, and there's a guy running out the back door when we get there, and I just remembered. I go, oh yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then they lie right in your face. Who was the kid running out of the? No kid ran out of the back. Well, what's the smell of booze on your breath? I don't have booze on my. Just lying constantly.
Yeah.
And so you just got to kind of go like, all right, keep them from driving drunk and
That's a
keep
big
them
worry.
from getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do you go like, I know that that's alcohol? Like, do you address the fact that you're being lied to, or do you go like, I'll just accept that I know it's a lie?
Well, the dynamic that we're shooting for is, and it's worked with my son. My son is a different personality than my daughter. My daughter is very like rebellious, pushing the limits. She gets excited by being on the edge. Like I remember when she was maybe 6 and she's in the living room and she puts her arms out and she starts spinning really fast for a long time. Then she falls on her back, and while she's laying there, she goes, "This feels so good." I was like, no. You're like, oh, shit. And so I just try to not create this kind of adversarial environment where she's going to want to rebel against us and hate us and do the opposite of what we say. And that we've been lucky with that. When something happens, we talk through it. We try to understand why it's happening. We try to let her understand where we're coming from. And so she's very honest when things go wrong and she gets in trouble. We problem solve it as a team.
That's very unique.
It's the opposite of the way I was raised.
Of course.
Yeah.
Which I think is a lot of what our parenting comes from is like, all right, what did my parents do wrong? I'm going to overcompensate for
everything.
Yeah.
Right.
All things. But also, don't you think from what I have learned in years of therapy, the toddler years come around again in the teen years, in a sense, right? So how they were as toddlers theoretically is what they're going to be like as teenagers.
Absolutely.
And also for them to be rebelling and to be pushing back on you is totally good and healthy and normal. And if they weren't, then I'd be worried.
Right.
The ones that are like, fine, I'm just Christian. We're just going to Bible study. Like,
right.
You're going to explode at some point.
Yeah, and I think the shadow parenting, it's very hard because as your kids get older, like you have to shadow parent. When your kids are little and they're learning how to walk, you have to be a foot away making sure that they don't fall down the stairs. And then you have to like make this transition. Every year they get older, you have to take a step back and redefine your relationship with them and give them more freedom and let them feel autonomous and let them start to, like even homework. They say don't ever ask your kid, did you do your homework? See how their grades are. And if the grades are bad, then there's repercussions. Let them figure out and strategize. Support them. Read their essays that they write. Say, if you want to show them to me, I'll give you some feedback and ask them if they need support. But don't hound them every night about, did you do this? Did you do that? Because then it's all external and they're never going to learn how to do it themselves.
Discipline themselves.
Right. So you have to make this transition from shadow parenting to letting them, make their own mistakes and have their own repercussions, whether it's from friends or from teachers. And then you just sort of like support.
Yeah, it's brutal, isn't it?
It's really hard. And it's true. Their personalities reemerge. Like my son, like he's very much like, he doesn't want us to tell him how to do things. And he was about 4 and we were at the airport. We were flying to New York and it was one of these like 6 a.m. flights where you wake up at 3:30 to get to the airport, haven't had breakfast, and we've got like an hour before the plane leaves. So I go to Starbucks to get some breakfast. And I come back and I bought him a blueberry muffin. And then I go to give it to him and Aaron goes, no, that's a chocolate chip muffin. If he eats chocolate before the flight, he's going to be bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
And so I say, and he's already got it in his hand. And I say, Owen, here, you can have the muffin top, but you can't have the whole muffin. And his face turns red. Steam comes out of his ears.
How old is he?
He's about 4. And he screams, you don't know all the rules about muffins! And everybody in earshot doubles over laughing at this kid. And so he's like that as a teenager too. The only time he gets mad is when we try to micromanage, how he should live.
Right. The muffin.
He's the captain of 2 soccer teams.
It's crazy.
Straight A's.
Great.
Girlfriend, nicest, politest kid.
Great.
Why fuck with that?
Yeah.
No, you've done it. It sounds
we did it.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Home run, man.
Put all our work on the daughter now.
So but 15's a rough age.
That
man.
is
Let me tell you.
What were you like at 15?
Running the streets.
Really?
Nightmare. I had already done LSD at Lollapalooza.
Wow.
Smoking
taking the
cigarette.
bus into goth clubs in
Goth
Hollywood.
clubs on school nights and shit. Like running circles around my parents who weren't paying attention. But that's the thing, is that my parents weren't great and they were not paying attention.
Right.
If your folks pay attention, she can't get in. How much shit can she get into?
Did you have older siblings?
No, I was an only child, but then I had 3
sound like an only child.
stepsisters. So the middle one and I got into trouble together a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But 15's rough, especially now with social media. I didn't have that pressure of like, I hear that teenage girls especially suffer because they're on Instagram. And then if you didn't get invited to the party, you get to see. I didn't get invited.
My daughter was in a funk for 3 days last weekend because she didn't get invited to a party.
Oh, it's terrible.
And you just look at them and you go, I wish there was something I could do or say. And you just realize, no, they just have to suffer. And it's so much, you're right. It's more frequent now and it's deeper now because not only did you not get invited, you can see who did get invited.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody
and
looks better than you.
How great a time they're having.
Yeah.
They're going to post the best pictures,
Right.
Yeah.
And you can see who's skinnier and hotter and who's got the cuter boyfriend. It's like, it's way more pressure now.
Yeah.
Back, at least in the 90s, we had these anti-heroes as girls. Like you had, Janine Garofalo. You had the grunge look or whatever. You had like Kathleen Hanna and Bikini Kill. Like you actually had anti-girls
Did you ever see
that were
Ghost
rad.
World?
Yeah. That kind of stuff I grew up on too.
Right,
The 8-Ball comics. And now I don't know what the anti-girl culture is because it's all Ariana Grande, like girls who look perfect and are perfect.
Right.
I don't know what girls are looking at.
It's true. You don't see the goth girls anymore.
There's no subculture. There's no anti-girly culture right now that I know of. That a young woman can be like, yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm not a Barbie. I'd rather be a little stinky, a little weird, a little punk, a little, whatever.
Yeah, the Kardashians needed like a fat younger sister.
They did, and then they gave her plastic surgery, and they sucked all her fat out. Now she's hot. Yeah.
Which one was that?
It used to be, wasn't Chloe the chunky?
She was a heavy one, yeah.
And Kylie was normal.
And they fixed her.
And then they kind of just didn't profile the dude as much. And then they did, and he was fat. Everyone was like, "You're fat and gross." And then he tried to lose some weight, and
who's the dude?
His brother, their brother.
Oh yeah.
So he got he got a lot of attention because he's part of the group.
Yeah.
But they still managed to shame him,
Yeah.
And, make him be like, doesn't it suck that everyone's hot in your family, not you?
right, yeah.
But could you imagine that now? Like social media as a teenager, it's got to be horrendous.
No, I think I struggled a lot with just the pressures of fitting into groups. I was always switching schools. And I think the reality of that without social media was a lot for me to handle. I think I would be much worse with it. I think it'd be much harder.
There's a lot of stuff that our kids are going to go through that we didn't. I mean, first of all, school shootings.
Oh my God.
That's something that hangs over. I mean, they see it in the news all the time.
Regularly.
My daughter, when she was in second grade, there's a park across the street from her school, and they were at this park. It was like, spring fucking, play day where they have little contests and races, and there was a shooter who drove past, and shots were fired over the park, and they all had to dive on each other. My daughter dove on a little preschooler and laid on top of her, and then they had to go into this rec area and stay in the basement for 3 hours because the guy was on the loose for an hour. He killed 4 people. Remember this at Santa Monica?
No.
Killed 4 people, and then they killed him at Santa Monica College.
Oh, good.
So she experienced the school shooting in second grade.
That's horrific.
We didn't have to deal with that.
No.
No.
That's crazy.
And I think they are picking up on, your kids will hopefully the world will change, but politically, I just know, they're looking at a world with, politics that's so divisive and so toxic.
Yeah.
And they're looking at, they know that there's global warming. They understand that, they're looking at these dates that come out in the news, like in 2030, if we don't turn things around, it's too late. And they're going to be old during that time. I'm sort of like, fuck it, I'll be dead.
Yeah.
But they're going to be dealing with that.
Well, I will say to the millennials' credit and to this, I don't know what's the generation after millennial. I don't know.
Gen Y.
Gen Y, whatever. Is that they do have more of a consciousness about this stuff.
Yes.
And the global consciousness that we just don't have because of the internet. And they create businesses that help the world and shit like that. So I don't know. I think they're good. I think they're going to create stuff that's going to help.
Yeah.
They have a totally different consciousness.
I know they are. They're good people.
They are.
Yeah.
They've incorporated capitalism with causes and shit.
Yeah.
Whereas our generation was like, fuck capitalism, man. Reagan's,
Yeah.
Anti-materialistic. So.
Right.
Who knows?
And they better be anti-materialistic and not making any fucking money. They're all going to be broke. Everything's going to be automated by the time they get out of college. Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. Anyways, here's a fart mic in case you have any. I forgot to tell you earlier.
What's the fart mic?
It's just if you have to fart, we prefer you do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, mine are a little corny today.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
driving up here had an essence of ethanol to it.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think that's from?
Well, last night our refrigerator died, so last night we just ate everything that was in the freezer, like frozen pizzas and egg rolls.
It just ran its course, the fridge?
The guy came today, and it needs some kind of, there's a starter in a refrigerator that died. So
but
it just
you
needs a new
packed in
starter.
some weird stuff.
We just killed it. We just threw everything in the microwave and just sat in front of the TV, watched Sopranos, and fucking ate shitty frozen.
That's awesome.
Oh, that sounds
Man, you
good.
must have some crazy farts.
Yeah, the farts are intense.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a great day to be here.
I just hope I can, show up.
Well, let me know when it's ready, and
Okay.
then I'll turn it on.
All right,
First of
good.
all, we got to get it out from under.
Yeah.
No, this is dangerous right now, the way it's rigged.
Yeah.
A little dangerous. Have you watched the show Dirty John?
No.
Not good.
Okay, you got to get into it.
What is it? Netflix?
It's a con man show.
Okay.
No, it's on Bravo TV, and he seduces women, then he steals half their money and shit. He's a real psycho.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's cool. Get your daughter to watch it so she can be aware that they're psychos. Is she dating?
No, not dating.
Okay, good.
She's a surfer. She spends a lot of time surfing. She goes
fuck yeah.
she'll go
You know
before
what
school.
You should do? You should pull it to the left under here, like that.
Sorry, guys. We're having fart
Yeah.
mic difficulties.
Yeah, sorry.
We got to
She
make
does,
sure it's
like-
ready to go for your ethanol farts.
Couple days a week, she gets up before school and goes and
What?
fucking surfs in February in the Pacific Ocean.
Jesus.
Is she really?
She's a good kid.
Yeah, she's intense.
Good.
Man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that sounds wild though.
Yeah, and then she surfs for her high school team. That's her gym class. It
Dude,
counts as
that's
her gym
rad.
class.
I wish I could have done that.
They have these competitions all up and down the coast. They surf against kids from San Francisco and San Diego.
Do you realize, like, when she goes to college, or even for the rest of her life, and tells that to 99.9% of people, they'll be like, "You're making that up."
Right, right.
Awesome.
You surfed for school?
I know.
It doesn't sound real.
Dude, I want to join her shit now.
Yeah, it's she's got a good, and then there's a skateboard park in Venice Beach. You ever been to that?
Yes, I've seen it.
It's really intense.
Yeah.
They spent some money but it's like all the kind of tough punk skater kids hang out there, and that's where she spends a lot of her time.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good, though. I'll tell you why. She's going to be a badass bitch.
She will be a badass bitch.
She's not going to take shit from nobody.
She's already talking about the tattoos and,
yeah,
you know, when I'm 18, I don't need your permission, but if you give me your permission now, I'll help you pick the one that, oh, shit.
No, don't fall for that argument.
Yeah. You guys have tattoos?
I have one tramp stamp I got in the 90s, yeah.
What is it?
It's a dragon.
Nice.
It's the lamest. I hate it, and I want it removed.
You hit that shit, Tom?
Oh yeah,
all
a
the
number
time.
of times.
Yeah.
I got the word poison under my waistband with an arrow pointing to my dick, and chicks seem to dig that. A lot of college girls were into it.
Stop. Greg, do you have one? He really likes that. You really tickled Greg's fancy with that one.
Yeah,
I think the family's all going to get Irish harps once the kids are old enough.
Really?
That's cool.
Yeah, because you know that was a symbol of the rebellion against the British when they occupied us. Is they tried to kill our culture by not allowing us to
drink alcohol,
to speak Gaelic or play the harp. The harp is and so they would hide harps in the basements of farms in the country, and then they would sneak out there and they would have sessions, music sessions, and they'd play the harp.
Hmm.
Jeez.
So we get harps.
Do you play the harp now?
Almost constantly.
Have you done shows?
I
in
wish
Ireland?
you
Have you done
would.
shows in Dublin?
No.
Dude, I'm looking to.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying to do a
Bring me
UK
with you,
run.
man. I'll go with you.
Would you really?
Fuck yeah, I'll go
You guys
for
should go.
I'll go for no money. Just bring me.
Oh my goodness.
That'd be
Because
fun.
my family wants to go too. And I think we're planning a trip not this summer but the following summer with my mom and sister and everything. So yeah, I mean the shows are apparently amazing.
I heard.
I think I would feel kind of dumb though. They're just so their language is so much broader than ours and so much more colorful.
Yeah. Do you know that I did a show once abroad where I was given credit for a concept in the joke that I wasn't doing, like in the
that's
write-ups.
funny.
Like they were like, and I read the explanation of how smart it was, and I was like, that's not what I was doing.
You're like, that was a fart joke.
Yeah. No, I was just like, they were like, and then he double played back on it, showing us how his critique of, like, he was playing the part of a dumb person as he said it. I was like, no, I was just speaking how I speak.
His persona and his satire were dead on.
I was like, nope.
Just being dumb.
I was just being me. Yeah, you're right. They are, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, there is like just a richer vocabulary and
yeah.
They are way smarter than us Europeans, I'd say, in general.
Yeah, well, they
Than
say their high
Americans
school
anyway.
education is equal to like our college education.
Absolutely.
That feels good.
I studied 1 year abroad in England for college. That 1 year I learned more than my entire education in the U.S.
Were you struggling? Were you like behind the other students?
I don't know. It's a different system there. It's a tutorial system. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What the other kids. It's like one-on-one shit. So
right.
I don't know what other people got.
Yeah.
No, they're all smart.
Yeah.
I think so.
I remember my classes when I did a semester in Madrid, and all those classes at University of Madrid were way more intense than the ones back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You fluent in Spanish?
I mean, I'm pretty good. I was completely rocking and rolling in that era because
Did you get a lot of puss back then too?
not really
In Madrid?
No, I didn't actually.
You didn't get Spanish puss?
I didn't. I'd love to.
Yeah,
go back.
wow, I was right.
Damn.
I know. I really didn't. But man, the class. I mean, those they didn't set us up like Americans for classes in Spain. They just registered us for classes at the University of Madrid.
Right. So you're with the general pop.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't English speaking classes?
No.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
No, so we're doing term papers and everything in Spanish. With Spanish students. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was intense.
Homie.
Yeah, my kids both, they go to a Spanish immersion program. So they started in kindergarten and they spoke 2/3 of their classes for the first 3 years were only in Spanish.
Damn.
And half the kids are from Spanish speaking homes. So they so they like have they're fluent. They still take 3 classes a day in Spanish in high school. And like we went to Spain and they're like, oh yeah, they don't have an American accent. They have like a Central American accent because all their teachers are native speakers. So that's just how they learned it.
Do you speak anything else besides English?
French.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm jealous of that.
Say something fancy. Say lick my scrum? Or lick my beehole?
You know, you can just say something else.
Je m'appelle français. You know what? I speak it well in Montreal way better than in France. Montreal, they are like, hey, this will be fun. Let's talk French together. You know, you talk to the cab driver, they're totally into it. You go to France and you speak in French and they answer you in English.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
They're like, no thanks.
That's happened to me here with Spanish, where I used to do a bit about it that when I would speak Spanish to a guy who clearly speaks Spanish, like as in my mind, as a way to just ease up, you know, make it easier.
Yeah.
Like I know you speak Spanish, I speak Spanish. I'll just speak Spanish to you. They would answer me in English.
Yeah.
And it was like they didn't like my
rude.
assumption that I needed to speak Spanish.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So they would always answer me back in English. And I'm like, why are you doing it? My Spanish is better than your English. Like, why?
Yeah.
And they were just like, well, my English is good enough.
Well, a lot of times for first generation Spanish speakers in this country, they don't want to be associated with recent immigrants. And so they won't speak it. And that's part of the this Spanish immersion program in Santa Monica. It's called Edison Language Academy. It's a public school, and they can't get Spanish speakers because they don't realize that their kids have an asset to be bilingual.
Yeah.
In this world.
Yeah, no, it's great.
But they are like, no, I don't want my kids speaking Spanish. And it's like, no.
It's like an insecurity that's keeping them from doing it.
Right.
Are you familiar with dad boners?
No.
Okay, so there's a certain type of guy. It's usually guys. Honestly, they're usually white guys. And they get a level of excitement that is off the charts. Like the type of excitement you should reserve for like winning the lottery or something. But they get it for just goofy shit that you shouldn't get excited for at all. And we love featuring them and showing them. So there's a new one. But to get to the new one, we want to show you like the exemplary dad boner. Okay. So this guy made a video of him coming to a part in the Trans-Canada Highway where like it connected at some point.
Mhm.
And look at how thrilled he is at a fucking highway. Okay. This is just to give you an idea. So here's where it was paved. I finally found the section where it was paved. All right.
Okay. Okay. Well, here we are. Whew. This is the Trans-Canada Highway, baby. And we are standing in beautiful, sunny British Columbia at the kilometer marker 7,128. And this is where I believe, with a 90%, make that 95%,
95%.
chance that this is, in fact, the very place where the Trans-Canada paved its last section. Woo! Oh yeah! Right here. This is where the West meets the East.
I mean, let's go for a run on her, shall we?
Canada has an asphalt belt, and this is the buckle. Woo! I want to see if I can't. I gotta be careful here. But this is the Trans-Canada. I gotta be careful because I don't want to get in the way of a truck slide over. You can see it.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's a real person.
I'm so jealous that he can summon that excitement.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we always say.
I mean, here's the thing. And then
be joyful.
sometimes
like
we've been sent clips of like a guy with a similar reaction to, let's say,
trains.
Well, a train. See, that would be appropriate. I'm saying the ones that don't fit would be somebody seeing something in nature, like whale watching, and they'll react. I'm like, yeah, but that merits a huge reaction.
Yeah.
Seeing something amazing, seeing a fucking highway. It's like, dude, get your shit together.
Yeah, inanimate object.
Yeah, what's going on there?
The train thing, of course, was nuts. So here's a new one. Are you ready for this? You haven't seen it.
Oh, I missed the dad boners.
All right,
Okay, yeah.
listen to this
Thank
fucking
God, I love these.
We're here at Aliotos. We have a treat for you. Look over there. It's a vintage old Otis elevator. National Elevators and Florida Elevators both filmed these before. Oh, look at this. It's not even leveled right.
Oh.
All right, let's wait for it to close. This is a nice elevator. This is awesome. I love this elevator.
Yeah.
These are your fixtures. They're Otis with black buttons.
Oh.
It's just like the one at the Houston Club building, but unfortunately, it got demolished.
Well, why don't you start jacking off, man?
Let's listen to the motor. Here we go.
He had a number on the back of his hand. Did you see
It's
that?
hydraulic.
It's a
I didn't realize
Holocaust survivor.
this is a hydro.
Wow.
It's an elevator.
All right, let's go down.
Is there anything worse than getting in a shitty elevator?
Yeah.
You know, like when you get in, you're
I
like, oh, this
know.
fucking thing sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can hear the engine, and this guy's like, oh.
Well, and apparently he hasn't lived in a shitty apartment complex because
exactly.
that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, man. I know if you go to a Fountain and Vine, there's a couple ones you might be thrilled with.
Yeah, some Otis ones in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
you can jack your dick in any of the places we used to live in.
Do you even
15 years
remember
ago.
the last thing you kind of got that excited about?
Oh God.
Lexapro?
I'm trying to think. You'd make fun. You said I get excited about, I don't know, crime shows.
Yeah,
or-
meant insane serial killers, Ted Bundy, new movies, Hitler docs, stuff like that.
I don't get that level of excited.
Not like that. How about you, Greg?
Oh, I know. My friend Ann bought an old 560 SL, those Mercedes that are like the convertibles.
Yes.
That's cool.
And she fully restored it. And I don't know. I used to be a parking attendant for years.
You were?
Yeah. And that car, this guy Ron Fischetti, who was he was the lawyer for the Gambino crime family.
Wow.
And he used to pull up in that car, and I used to fucking joyride. If you're listening, Ron Fischetti, thank you. And sorry about the gas. And I used to
joyride?
I would joyride. It was fucking. The thing was a tank. It weighed like 3,000 pounds, but it was a V8, and that thing flew. But it just had the smoothest ride. And so when she pulled up in that, I had to drive it. She let me drive it, and it's got the giant steering wheel.
I know you're talking about.
With the power steering. You know, that
So
early
you got
power
that excited about it, though.
Yeah.
I get excited
that
about
made me
cars.
happy.
I really like cars.
Yeah.
So that, but I mean, I don't even. Yeah, I probably would on a certain day. If you showed me a certain car, I might geek out like that. But
what cars? Muscle cars?
No, I mean, I don't know. I geeked out as a kid over a lot of exotics, you know, and then
Like
and then just like
Lamborghinis and
sport.
stuff?
Yeah, I wasn't really into Lambos, but like I like sports cars in general. So like Porsches, certain BMWs. I even like Mercedes, like AMG GTs. I think are awesome. But yeah, I mean, I've seen Ferraris, certain ones in person, where I've definitely been like, holy shit, look at this thing.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a painting. It's like a piece of artwork.
It is. And it's great because you can drive it.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of art that you can actually take out and experience again and again. And you know, they say money can't buy happiness, but
it's not true.
If you have a car that brings you joy every time you get in it, that improves your life.
That does.
No.
It does. If you get in a car where when you start the engine, you're like, that's happening to you every day.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I always liked old Mustangs, and that rumble when you'd sit down and you just
rumble's
felt it
a
underneath
big
you.
part of it, yeah.
And the noise of it. And
yeah. Like those 66 Mustangs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are pretty choice, man.
What's the fastest car you've ever owned?
The fastest car I've ever owned. Nothing crazy.
No.
I've never had like a lightning fast car. I mean, everybody now too, like even Rogan was saying, you know, that his he got a Tesla and that it's way faster than his GT3 RS.
No shit.
Yeah, he's like, this thing is insane.
Wow.
And they're releasing a new one. Tesla's going to release a Roadster that goes 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds, which
No.
is like, yeah, that's out of this world. I mean, there's nothing like that.
That's like a second faster.
Yeah.
Than a Ferrari.
I mean, 60 miles an hour. I mean,
That's
come on.
crazy.
Wow. Yeah, and
There's so many horses in there.
It's doing a quarter mile in like 8 seconds.
Damn.
That's really, really
The question
fast.
is, how fast can it stop?
I know.
Equally as important.
Very important, yeah. And they're doing it, by the way. That Roadster will be $200,000, which is a lot of money, but it's a fraction the cost of the cars that are performing at that speed.
Yeah.
So, you're talking about LaFerrari or the McLaren Sienna or the 670, whatever it is, 670 LP. Those cars that are in that 2.5 to 3 second range, they're hundreds of thousands more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Some of them are over $1 million.
Right.
And then Tesla's like $200,000, go 1.9 seconds.
Tesla needs something, right? To come back. Aren't they in trouble financially?
They've been in financial kind of trouble, but I don't know. I mean, if this Model 3 really works out, that's
the cheap one,
savior.
right?
Yeah, that could be the savior.
How much is that going to cost?
It's supposed to be $35,000.
I'll take one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's reasonable.
I have a Prius right now, and I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done with it.
What's going on?
I've had it for 8 years, and I just never felt. I feel little in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe because I'm a small person, that's like a complex for me.
Sure.
Is when like this guy in a pickup truck just pulled up next to me. I cut him off, apparently. I didn't mean to, but it was a merging situation, and he wasn't giving me room, and I took it. He followed me home.
What?
And I was taking extra turns to see if he was following me. And he was in one of those big, like, Ford F-250s, which are so fun. Unless you have pool cleaning equipment in the back or something, you're a douche. If you live in a city and you drive a pickup just to drive a pickup, you're a douche.
Yeah, or a rapist. Yeah.
And so he follows me to my house, and I stop like a block short, and he pulls up next to me, and he goes, "Hey, you cut me off in your faggoty car." And I just started laughing. I was like, I go faggoty car.
That's pretty great.
It just made me laugh. So, and it totally disarmed him. He didn't know how to handle it because he wanted me to push back.
Sure.
And I saw him pick something up as he pulled up next to me.
Fuck.
So I was scared, but then the laughter just diffused the whole situation. And then I let him curse. He had a nice chest full of curses for me.
Uh-huh.
And then he pulled off, and that was it.
Wow. Can you imagine? I mean,
terrifying.
Following
People are
somebody
crazy.
for that?
I know.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
I mean, I've gotten mad like anybody else, but I'm going to follow you?
Yeah.
Like,
I had one time a guy I cut off in freeway traffic, and he started to swerve his car to pretend he was going to try to threaten to hit my car. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, man, like,
that's a psycho move.
and I was like, whoa, bro. I was maybe 26 years old. I was like in a Chevy Nova. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like,
I was with you one time where you scared the shit out of me.
Did I?
When you were at the wheel. We were the second car at a stop sign, gonna turn on to a busier street, and the car in front of us like just didn't go right away. She's like, honk, honk, honk. I don't know if you remember this.
I remember that.
I was like, oh boy. And then when we finally turned, it was a car of 3 guys, and they just start to chill back to see like what's up with Blondie. Honking, and I'm like,
What
and
was this? I don't remember.
I'm sure the only reason they didn't fuck with us more is that they saw the other guys in the car.
Yeah.
But man, I was like, I had never seen this side.
It must have been a weird day for me, Jeans.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, do you always drive like this? Like, come on, go.
No, I must have been going through something that
Really?
day. Yeah.
I was
When have you seen me do that recently?
No,
yeah.
I haven't. It scared the
A
shit
long
out of me.
time
I was
ago.
like, is this what you always do?
That's before therapy, maybe.
Maybe. It was a while ago.
yeah, it sounds like it scarred you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I think about it all the time. I was like, oh, shit.
Because it puts you
totally
in the position of they're not going to hit her, they're going to hit you.
And then also I'm like, great, I got to get ready to fight right now because you couldn't wait 2 seconds at the stop sign.
That's the plan, man. Just trying to get you to fucking fight.
So,
Why don't you fight? Man up.
fight.
Shit.
You a guy or what? Yeah.
Quit being a puss.
I had this guy one time, and I was driving my son to preschool, and so he's like, what is that, 4? Preschool?
Yeah.
So he's sitting in the back, and I get to a 4-way stop, and this guy runs his stop sign and goes wide in front of my car, and so I honk at him, And then he gives me the finger, but he can't get past me because he went so wide. So I got out of my car and I went up and I punched his window as hard as I could. And then he pulled away and I stood in the middle of the road waving him back. And I look over and I see my son just staring at him. I'm like, good modeling. So the guy kept going. And then cut to like 2 weeks later, I'm at a kid's party and there's a little bouncy house and I'm watching my kid and this guy, Jeff, is standing next to me and he's watching his kid. We're drinking fucking juice boxes and hating life. And he goes, that was me. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, you punched my window a couple weeks ago. I go, that was you? And he was the guy who, he created Lost. He wrote the pilot with J.J. Abrams.
Oh,
what?
My God!
So he had. Take me back to what led to the incident, though.
He went wide on the turn, so wide that I had to slam on my brakes, and then I jumped out of the car because.
So he was stopped though. Once that.
Yeah.
And then you get out of your car.
I get out of my car.
Punch the passenger window.
Now, were you afraid you break the glass though? Did you punch a window?
I have rage problems.
Oh, right.
I've been arrested 3 times for fighting.
Seriously?
This is why I quit drinking.
Wow, I would never in a million years guess this about you.
I'm a very different person.
You're so docile and sweet.
Yep.
A lot of therapy.
And I quit drinking.
Yeah, that's probably huge.
It almost always happened when I was drinking. And the lights just go, and I just snap.
But at that time, you were
sober.
You were sober.
Yeah.
And so when he tells you that was me,
we laughed, but it wasn't a good enough of a laugh to release all the awkwardness.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because I think we both have rage problems.
Him also.
Yeah.
Did he?
That's nice then.
Do you think that he knew like when he saw you, he was like, that's Greg when you did it, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
And I think he knew that I was in a white rage and didn't even take in. Maybe the light was hitting the glass, so I couldn't see him as well or whatever, but I didn't recognize him.
And did you so you knew him though at the time?
Oh yeah, I knew him.
But you just didn't realize it.
Didn't realize it was him.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have gone right through that window.
I know.
Yeah.
But I really think my kids have seen me get angry a number of times. I try to control it, but you know, my father had it. My father used to fucking. I remember one time he grabbed. We were in a bar, and I saw him grab a guy and throw him against the wall. And he used to come home with. He came home with a black eye one time, and he was 6'2" from the Bronx. So I got it from him, I think.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Plus, that's a generation that they didn't have, therapy or talking.
Yeah.
You're considered a massive pussy if you share your feelings about stuff.
Right.
So yeah.
I think it's a New York thing also.
For sure. Cultural.
It's Irish. It's very Irish. I wrote a book called Dear Mrs. Fitzsimmons, and it was a collection of letters that were sent to my mother throughout my life from school, like bad report cards, letters from the principal. And then she would clip out when I would get arrested for like vandalism as a teenager. She would cut it out of the paper. And I found a shoebox in the Bronx in the basement. And it was like a fucking trophy case of everything I'd ever done wrong in my life.
Now, that's an odd choice.
It's really funny.
That a parent would keep those things.
Yes.
I wouldn't, personally, that's not something I would keep of my children's.
Right.
They
would laugh. They would read it. There was one time where I was at I was supposed to be at school, but there was a golf tournament.
Yeah.
And we went to Westchester Country Club, and we drank all day. It was me and my friend Nick Zappia. He had a motorcycle. This is when you would drink and drive a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And we went to the golf tournament. We drank all day. So I go home, and the next day we're at dinner, and my father goes, "So how was school yesterday?" I got a fucking sunburn. I'm like, it was good. What'd you learn? I go, the usual math. They were reading Catcher in the Rye. Everything's fun. And he goes, oh, that's interesting. And he pulls out the New York Times, and the front page of the sports section is Gary Hallberger hitting a wood out of the woods, and me standing behind him watching him hit the shot. And he showed it to me, and then they fucking laughed their asses off.
They did?
They laughed every time. They thought it was because it's Irish.
Yeah.
It's like an Irish thing of like being rebellious.
They're like, this is great.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucking awesome, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not in like a parenting handbook, but it's pretty awesome.
Right.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, because I secretly, when my son is a little rebellious, I like it.
Yeah.
I am like, yeah, you fucking put a brick in it, bro. Like, I'd rather him be like that than compliant and docile.
Right.
I'd rather him be a little like, this is what I'm going to fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
We both really
much.
like that he, he's 3, but he'll go, I'd like to play alone, please. Because I see myself in that too, of like, why don't you just get away from me?
Yeah.
And he's
basically what he's saying.
Like, especially when I'm like, hey, buddy, I give him like a kiss. I love you. He's like, please let me play alone. All right.
That's awesome.
And then I have to go to like the other side of the room, you know, and he's like, God, just give me a little fucking space.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it.
I love it.
I like that he communicates that way.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
That's really healthy.
Hilarious.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Before we forget, I don't even know if we addressed it. Where can people see you coming up? We were talking about it before.
And your new podcast with Alison Rosen.
It's called Childish, and it's on, the usuals, iTunes and the childishpod.com. Subscribe.
Rate, review, subscribe.
Check it out. It's doing really well. We got on all the charts, and we got a bunch of nice reviews from people.
Childish Pod?
It's just called Childish, but
Okay.
it's Childish Pod is the,
And what's
is the website?
social media is all Childish Pod on Twitter. And then I got some stand-up date, and then Fitz Dog Radio is my podcast. You guys have been on that many
It's
times.
fantastic.
Oh, yes.
And then I got some dates coming up. I will be at the Eagle something casino in Michigan.
That's a good plug.
Coming up on Howling Eagle
Some
String.
shit. Yeah.
February 27th. February 28th through March 2nd at the Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Dr. Grins?
Dr. Grins.
At the Bob.
At the Bob, right. And then I'll be at the Sycamore Tavern, March 12th. Springfield, Mass, March 14 through 16. And then March 17th at the Hollywood Improv, I do my big St. Patrick's Day show.
Okay.
Nice.
If you guys are around, I'd love to have you
I might be
on
around.
it.
We
If you're around.
have our baptism that day.
We do.
March 7th on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, we did it intentionally so we can get fucking hammered.
No, you're right.
Faded, bro.
It's so we don't have to take another class.
Yeah.
It falls in like there's like a schedule. We had to take a
Yeah,
class
3
to
years.
get our first kid baptized.
Yeah.
And then we had to schedule obviously the second son, and they're like, if you do it in this window, you don't have to take classes.
Oh, no
Like,
shit.
We were like, we'll see you March 17th.
Because if we waited even like a month or something,
Yeah.
we'd have to do the whole thing again.
So how Catholic are you guys?
Not very.
Just as a family thing?
Yeah,
Cultural
I'm just doing
thing?
it because we're
Yeah.
literally doing it because my parents are alive.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't do it, and I'm convinced my mother did it behind our backs. Because, with Catholics, it doesn't have to be a priest. Anybody who's a Catholic, who is in good standing, who's done their confession and taken their communion recently, can grab a kid and do a few prayers. Throw some
Really?
water on
Are
his
you
head,
kidding
and-
me?
Yep.
You mean we took those fucking classes for
That's
nothing?
right.
Well, not only that.
God damn it.
We were going to get married on a beach. And
Yeah.
my dad was like, buddy, you'll break everybody's heart if you do that. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to do it in the church. And then when we were talking about our older kid getting baptized, I was like, yeah, I don't care. And my parents were like, what? I was like, all right, sure, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel about almost all of it. Like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, but we give him the option. If he wants to be Catholic, he's already in the system.
Yeah.
If not, big deal.
I
Doesn't
couldn't
harm.
have grown further apart from it.
Oh, you know.
Like, I was raised like pretty Catholic, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like,
Yeah, I was
don't give a shit
raised
either.
CCD class on Wednesday and
Wow.
Mass on Sunday and all the
All of it, yeah.
all the sacraments. I loved it.
Oh, thank God,
And then,
yeah.
and then I was very upset when I realized that a lot of it was made up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was
loved
really
it too.
violated by that.
I loved it as a small kid. I loved it even like 8, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is great.
I had a whole thing. I talked to God, in my head. I talked to him. It wasn't like the usual like begging for shit when you need it from God. It was just more like I grew up in a great church. It was very like progressive, and I liked the priests, and CCD classes were very enlightening. Great parents were teaching, and I just felt really comfortable with it. I didn't have. There's a lot of shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, but I think a lot of the New Testament stuff really I connected with. But
Yeah.
it's all gone now.
Do your kids? Are they?
My daughter, I think because she grew up with so many Latina kids with the crosses and the first communions and all that.
Yeah.
And then my mother is super Catholic, so she takes them to church all the time. My daughter loves it, and
She does?
She wants to know she's a very deep thinker. My daughter can sit and stare into space for a half an hour straight. She was always like that. And so she was captivated by the mythology of the church. And like, we'll go to church and she'll want me to explain like the transfiguration and the ascension and all the heavy stuff. And it makes her, like, we went into a church one day and she lit a candle and was sitting there kneeling. She was 7 years old. I was like, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm praying for your father. Never met my dad. And I was like, wow.
Whoa.
Something
and
wrong with you.
Is your son into it?
No. He's into Dianetics right now.
He's reading about it?
He thinks it'll help his acting career. No.
He's right. It will.
Fucking so good.
I know.
I was like, what?
So gullible too. I was like, oh no. I didn't want to say anything negative.
I thought he was like a straight A kid.
It's like the Boy Scouts, but it's Dianetics.
Yeah. Same thing.
Dude, you are the best. Absolutely. When I say this, I don't say this about most people. One of the best comedians I've ever seen.
He really is.
Every time
It's
if
upsetting,
I'm anywhere and you're on stage, I make it a point to stay in the room.
Wow,
and
that's
watch.
really nice. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me.
You are one of the best. Go see him live. Download, subscribe, rate, and review the Childish podcast that he's down doing with Alison Rosen, who, God bless. Hope everything
Good
goes
luck.
well in the hospital. And that's that.
That's
What we
it,
got.
Gene.
Thank you for
guys
coming.
for having me on.
here.
Great
Thank you,
seeing
buddy.
you.
Mom's house. We'll be back to loving each other, all of us, after this quick break.
And finally, and I mean finally, people are like, what's the beef? Do you guys have beef? It's like, yeah, man, we've been butting heads for years. But we were able to squash that beef just for the podcasting world.
Sure.
Good friend, hilarious comedian, Kyle Kinane.
Oh. And
no, it's weird. People say shit like that, and they'll be like,
Really?
Absolutely.
about
like,
Kyle?
No, just like when you have, like, obviously we've been friends with Kyle for over a
million
decade.
years.
And then it just occurs to you, you're like, oh yeah, we've never podcasted, but I've never given thought to something like that. Like you just go like, I don't know.
Well, that hurts.
Well, I'm sorry. But I mean,
have we been friends this whole time? Then?
I thought so. I mean, I just don't, I don't know. Sometimes you look at a list of names that you realize you're like, oh, I've never podcasted with this person, but it's only for just absent-mindedness.
Yeah, what about the forgettable Kyle Kinane? We can hit him on the show.
No, you're not forgetting.
Now we got beef, bro.
Now we got beef.
homie.
No, you're amazing.
You're amazing. And you're
I came here to start beef.
I
started as
love
friends.
it.
I don't know.
Well,
Did
you're very
did
funny. What?
Why didn't you have Kyle on before?
Oh, he's very busy. He's
There you go.
always on the road. He's always doing stuff.
I've been around for like 6 weeks right now, guys.
And he's a chapstick enthusiast.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm into that lip balm.
What kind do you got? Let's talk about it.
You know what? This is a random one at my house that didn't have a label on it. So
Ooh, let me look at it. Open it up. I'll tell you what it is.
It looks OG. It looks OG medicated.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm going to go original.
Original
Does it smell like an original chapstick? Is it kind of medicate? Yeah, medicine-y.
I think it's just OG.
Oh, by the way, Kyle, we have a fart mic here. I don't know what you had for lunch, but if you feel like farting, there's a microphone here, and just let me know, and we'll turn it on, and you can fart into it.
Oh.
It's her idea.
Who's taking you up on that?
Oh.
I'll let her answer that.
I mean, I have. Has a guest farted yet?
Nope.
What's the maintenance of that microphone between?
There's no
usage?
maintenance.
It usually goes from Christina's ass to the desk. She didn't want us to.
You farted in there too once.
So when
Yeah.
we were having this studio set up, and I was like, so we'll shoot next week, and she was like, is the fart mic ready? I was like, I'm not really worried about that. And she was like, why are we even moving to that studio?
Yeah.
Is
So-
it just which 12-year-old version of which one he was like one day?
That's me.
Because I had mixtapes of just farting at a boombox. But the fact that you have the actual, what is that, SM58?
Yeah,
The Shure
Yeah.
SM58.
Sorry, this is the 48.
Did you go into Guitar Center with like the specifics of like, I need a microphone for a very
special.
It's specialized.
There's a specific mission we're on.
It's like, is it unidirectional? Oh yeah, it's coming down from. It's a one way. That's a one direction that's coming from.
What did you say? You farted out of a boombox? So you did.
I farted
mixtape?
into a boombox back when you could just record.
Right.
And that was
has the built-in microphone.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing I could have ever heard as a child was to fart and then play it back.
What
genius! I never thought of that.
Yeah, just blast it into the Magnavox.
Yeah, dude, that's fantastic. How old were you?
That's
Think
so smart.
I think I said 12. I think I had to be single digits.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I was even younger than that. Back when the double deck was
Christina, you hear that? Single digits, maybe 8 or 9 years old he was.
Right. That he invented fart mic, basically.
And here's a fart mic right now for us.
I'll see what I can do.
You're more than welcome to it.
You know.
Just give us a signal if you don't mind.
I haven't had my mom
Maybe one
say
of
she
these?
was sad with what I've done recently. Let's see if we can get that ticker counting again.
Are you on a vegan diet?
Vegetarian.
I knew it.
Are you?
I knew it.
Yeah.
I could sense you were doing
Which means I made some mac and cheese and I made a can of Amy's chili and I just
Good.
mixed them together today.
Oh, yum.
That's me being a chef.
That's good. The Amy's chili will make you fart for sure.
That's I got
Have you
and
been
I got some
vegetarian?
day old coffee.
Have you been
I might
vegetarian?
just shit right into the thing.
Oh yeah. Dude, can you imagine how fucking epic that would be for a podcast clip? If
Yeah.
we're like, Kyle grabbed the fart mic and then he shit all over it.
Oh, that would be great. Make ripple in the podcasting world.
Where'd Kinane go? He left Hollywood. Do you think a lot of people do stuff that's career ending? He truly executed his own career.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I wish that would happen right
He
now.
went and shit on the fart mic. This guy don't know how to do anything half speed. You got to be a go-getter in this town.
Oh man.
That's for sure.
I met Kyle 32 years ago when we started
Yes.
stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Way back when.
Yeah. We did our Comedy Central half hours
That's right.
the same night.
Oh man, you put that picture up a few weeks ago.
Yep.
That was the same night. I look at all the half hours now, and people are like, the audience was great, and everything was great. I'm like, I hated it.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
I remember how nerve-wracking it was.
Yeah.
Like the going into it, there was like this stepping stone kind of thing you would try to figure out. Like, oh, people get hours, but before that you get half an hour. And I don't know about you, but I was having my manager submit.
Yeah.
And so it was like the first year they said, well, no, but you're on the radar. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then the second year, they were
What a
like,
good manager thing to say.
Right?
Always.
Nobody gives a fuck about you.
Yeah,
You're
no
on the
one gives-
radar.
You're on the radar. The
They
next
loved
year-
you. They didn't cast you.
loved
They love you.
That's casting. Every casting session, they really love you.
you guys.
The next year was here's that they're no, but you're gonna get one. I was like,
I don't even remember the process leading up to it.
No?
I think I was in a high time of like, I'm just gonna do whatever. I was like starting to tour and do my own like DIY shit, and then if stuff came around, I was like, oh, that's cool. All right, I'll do the half hour, and then I was kind of not unappreciative, but I knew like nobody.
Did it change anything for
Nobody
you?
watched them. No, I don't know, because then you look at the collection of your career.
Yeah.
Like where you were then, where you are now. So who knows which one of those things
That's true.
led to the next thing.
I
So
remember
I'm glad I got to do it, but nobody saw those.
Why didn't you like it? You said it was miserable. What was
Well,
miserable?
no, it wasn't. No, that wasn't miserable. It was just you got one taping.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't
That's
get two
terrible.
tapings.
Oh, yeah.
And then when it's your first big TV thing, like now I know that, oh, I screwed that up. I'll do it again. It's
Yeah.
TV. I'll just tape it again. And I tell the audience, like, just don't worry. I got this. You'll laugh again because I screwed up the words. And it's fun. And this was the first thing. Like, everything's got to be perfect. But then you didn't know how to settle into the crowd because
Yeah.
you're like, no, they're taping. It has to be, everything has to be perfect. And it just,
It's fucking nerve-wracking.
yeah, it was more not knowing how to deal with it. That's why I thought we did it with Fulcheron.
Yeah.
And he
Jay
was,
Larson?
Yeah, Fulcheron was I was in the booth, and Fultron was putting his own commercial breaks into his special, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, because I'm there with the people like that are in the like looking at the monitors and everything, and he would just finish a joke and go, "We'll be right back," and they're sitting there going, "How does he know? He doesn't know where we're going to edit this. He can't say that." And he pauses and goes, "And we're back." Anyway, folks,
Hilarious.
I was dying, and the whole place like, he doesn't know where we're going to put the commercials.
Full charge, man.
Yeah,
That's fucking funny.
That's still one of the funniest. That tickles me the most. Yeah, well, because there's a fart story and a comedy story, so it's like everything that you're about.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the Laugh Riots contest? Do you remember that? You
I do remember those. I didn't do them, but I remember
Riots?
It was like a regional stand-up competition that Comedy Central had. So like the Midwest would have one, and you'd submit, and they'd get 10 people to do at like the Chicago Zanies, and the winner from that, and then the winner from the Texas one. They'd have 10 of them, and the 10 winners, the finalists, would come to L.A. to do a show. And I won it in Chicago. And I was already planning on moving to L.A., but when I won that regional thing, I'm like, well, here I come, showbiz. don't even buy me a plane ticket, because I'm moving there. And I did. And because you could get on Premium Blend. That was the first step. Remember, before half hours?
For sure.
It was Premium Blends. And they were saying the top three winners of the Laugh Riots would get a Premium Blend spot. Well, I did so bad on that show. I know I came in dead last, because not only did the top 3 winners, 9 people got on Premium Blend from that show except for me, and I bombed so bad. And then I just drank all the free drinks I could backstage until the venue closed down, and I had just moved to LA like a week before. And I was like, my friends were at some bar, and I was just alone at the Key Club on Sunset Strip.
Oh, the Key Club,
and some stagehands, a lady stagehand, but like overalls, like a real tough gal.
Yeah.
She's like, "I'll give you a ride." And I got in her Honda Civic, and she stopped at a Norm's to buy Coke first. So I'm in her Honda
Norm's
Civic.
were always open?
Norms, yes.
We never close.
Quotes.
We never close.
No, Norm's. When Denny's is a little too fancy for it. Denny's, but with a lot of open-toed sandals. So we stopped at the Norm's parking lot to buy Coke, and she was a bigger gal, so she had to hoist herself up out of her Civic to go to the other car to buy drugs, and she just beefed, did a rock forward, just wham. And I was already drunk, and she just goes, "Whoops," no shame, just whoops, and then shut the door, just hotboxed me, hotboxed the drunk failure, and I'm sitting there just like in her stink. And my failure.
Nasty.
And then she got back in the car and gave me like a seal, like a folded up magazine page. She's like, "Here, let's party." And I opened it up. It was still like a bunch of like big, it wasn't crack, but it was like big rocks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I'm like, "Shouldn't we chop this up?" She's like, "Yeah, if you're a pussy." And so I just tried to snort these big chunks of Coke, and they just went in my nose and fell out on my shirt. And I'm like, I left my family and friends for this. I left my loved ones to pursue this dream.
Man.
And I was like, within a week of being here, I was like, "You're not going to make it. you're not cut out for this." And she dropped me off at the bar, and my friends were at the front. They're like, "Kyle," I'm like, "Not now." And I ran and hid in the bathroom, because then she came in looking for me like,
fuck.
Like was it the Bigfoot that was petting, like, "I'm gonna pet your little ears," like the she just came stomping in looking for me.
Do you remember when you bombed that? Did you know? Was it like out of the gate bomb where you like opened and you're like, "Oh shit, this tanked"?
Yeah, because it was like Jamie Kennedy hosted it, and he was drunk before the show even started, so he was like screwing up people's names, and then like you could tell who the favorite, like the in-town favorite was, and again, I get in my head before I even do a set, and you could tell the crowd was kind of checking out already, like talking to each other. I'm like, "Here's my I didn't know how to hang out.
Yeah.
I was just like, "Here's the bits that got me here, and I'm going to say them how they're supposed to be said, with no finesse or like relaxing into it." And it was just like, "I'm there and I'm done. Okay, well."
Yeah.
Painful. At least you got a Premium Blend. I think I blew the audition
I never got it.
so many times.
I didn't get it.
Oh, this is the Laugh Riot. Sorry.
Yeah, I got the Laugh Riots part. That's what I got. The unfilmed Laugh Riots.
So horrible. You know what I'm just realizing, Kyle, is that I've known you for a million years, but I've never seen you in daylight. Like you're one of these people I've only ever seen like in a club, a comedy club,
That's
right?
most relationships, like in comedy. You see somebody at a restaurant, like, oh man.
Yeah.
I was like, you look so different in the light of day.
Yeah.
Handsome gentleman.
Oh, I was gonna go the other way. I'm like, we all look a little busted in the daylight.
No, not at all.
Need them stage lights and an afternoon nap before I really shine.
No, you look like a gentleman.
And he's got that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the voice doesn't make me sound like I'm living well.
People have I've had multiple messages sent to me where they're like, it's so weird to get like on Twitter where they'll be like, dude, you look like you should have Kyle Kinane's voice, not your shitty voice. I'm like, cool, thanks, man.
Isn't it so fun?
People will be like, your voice sucks. You should have his voice.
Well, I don't know how, like, I'm not built for, like, you guys and all the fat jokes and have just opened the world of inside jokes up to everyone.
Yeah.
I don't like any of that stuff. When somebody, like, if I'll shave my beard, like, this is pretty short, but I'll shave it off. And so many people, just strangers, are like, hey, you know how you normally have a beard? Yeah, you should grow that back right away. I'm like, just tell me my face is ugly. That's what you're saying.
I sent you a picture of
my
your face.
is ugly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
But the fact that people just like, hey, your face, it's bad.
So now I feel bad.
You should cover it.
I was just trying to have fun though, you know?
But you're a friend.
Okay.
This is just, I'm saying to strangers.
Yeah.
I got a show the other night and somebody, just because I had worked with Bert before, like, all right, hey, Bert's fat. I'm like, man, I'm not part of that shit. I don't know. Fuck,
he's so fat.
I'm not part of it. We're all fat.
No, he's the fattest.
He is, but he's the biggest.
He's the most racist for sure.
And racist.
He's racist?
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Let's see, Fun Bert dropping N-bombs. Fun Bert at a Klan meeting. Oh, you got a soundbite?
I do. I have it somewhere.
Did you tell? Oh.
Yeah.
Of Bert dropping stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't realize we had footage. Is this from his latest special?
You do record before this starts going.
No.
You got all this blackmail shit on me, I said before we started.
That would have been, by the way.
Because I said the N-word a whole bunch.
That's what you're known for, Kyle. The N-word comic, Kyle Kinane.
Yeah.
You know.
The R-word, the N-word, the C-word.
Well, I can't find it right
Tell
now.
me what kind of word with what kind of letter you want in front of it. I'll say it.
I wonder if it's on the that master list. Is the Bert thing on there? Do you know if that's on there?
He says he doesn't think so.
Oh, of course not. Let's see.
Yeah.
No, I don't have it.
Okay.
Well, can you tell us the drop?
Yeah,
What were you going to say?
Bert is the most racist fat comedian.
Oh, there he is right there. But,
Just admitting to it?
Yeah. I have him saying something super racist.
Really?
But he was on our show, like, knowingly saying it, remember?
Yeah. Well, it's his own damn fault. Isn't it?
Well, there was that time he set that Asian family on fire, but there was the time that he I forget. Anyways, I'll find it at some point.
Okay.
I promise.
But anyway, I was never part of that whole scene, but people just tell me, like, you're a comedian, Bert's fat. I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah.
I guess.
But if you had it going with you and like one of your close friends, and you guys were endorsing it, then people.
Yeah, but Kyle's not one of these guys.
If I shave my face and my friend's like, man, your face is fucking terrible, I'm like, haha, you're my friend. But like a stranger's like, your face is ugly. I'm like, why don't you drop dead?
Yeah.
Why don't you fucking bury yourself and take your mother with you?
You fuck. But you don't seem like the kind of guy that's like ball busting. You know, like those East Coast radio guys are like, you fucking mom and suck my dick, right? Like you're not that guy.
I was at a festival. These guys came up. I was with some other comics. These guys goes like, oh, guy with glasses. What are you, the guys with glasses crew? I'm like, you must be a New York comic.
Yeah,
Look at you with your cutting wit. Boy, bingo bango, these guys. Oh, can't get enough of that kind of incisive humor.
That makes me so nervous to think. I get very uncomfortable listening to those kind of shows where they just like shit on each other. It's not for me.
I don't listen to any podcasts about comedy. I see enough comedy.
No way.
I don't want to. I don't let it come into my life. I want to keep myself pure.
Do you watch any comedy? I'm amazed when someone's like watching comedies.
I'll drop in on like new special, but then I'm watching it just to hate it. I'm like, that's not the way to go about it.
That's always how it is, right?
Yeah, I've been watching The Americans. I don't watch any
That's
comedy.
a great show. We watched that
But that's my
it's
point.
not funny at all.
No,
but when you're a comic though, and you're around this all day, and you're writing it, and you're performing it, you're seeing it, you want to be entertained.
I need the other side.
Yeah,
like
me
the same
too.
reason people are at comedy shows because their lives are boring or traumatic all the time. Like, I need to laugh right now. I'm like, I've laughed plenty.
Yeah.
I need some real. I need something to make me cringe.
I feel the same way. I need to drop into somebody's real life that has like connected relationships or.
So you just come home at 5 p.m. and have a meal. Wow. You don't try and squelch the boredom with drugs or alcohol. Interesting.
You don't see a therapist twice a week.
I do have like my friends where I'm like, so you're just going to bed at 10.
Yeah.
You're just going to bed. And you wake up and do shit in the morning time.
Yeah.
Even Rachel, my girlfriend's like up. I'm like, well, all right. Well, good luck with this part of the day.
Yeah.
I'll see you at noon.
We used to sleep in until noon and then we had children. And now like I'm up at 6 a.m. every day. It's brutal. Like it took 3 years for me to get used to that schedule. Because my normal is nocturnal. He and I used to be up till 2, 3 in the morning. And then, but
I don't want to.
Every fucking day.
Shit's over.
Do you
dude.
ever live your lives now knowing that your kids could go through the archives?
It's not. It's not a good thing to think about. It's not. It's definitely not.
You've got a library of, like, I really wonder, like, kids that can be like, and not to pile on the Louis thing, but just like, my kids are assholes, and like, if you laugh at it, but then eventually those kids will be like, you call us assholes to strangers. I do jokes about my folks. I don't think they're mean, but even after the show, I have to ask my parents, like, it wasn't mean, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm at this point now where I'm like, hey, Mom, it's really mean. But,
oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm like, it's really mean, but like it's helping your son, you know, and provide for his family. And she's like, okay.
Do you do that from the Bluetooth in your blue Porsche?
Yes.
I'm just trying to put food on the table. Hold on, I got a downshift. It's gonna be noisy for a second. Could really open it up in this carpool lane. That's 100% accurate. Yes. I can't tell. I won't tell my mom like how much I make or anything, but she's always asking me like how are your bills? I'm like, I'm fine. I know it doesn't make sense that I tell jokes and I'm fine. But, you know, but the mean stuff, I'm like, look at how much everybody else laughs.
Can I tell you something? My family's so dysfunctional that I actually do have family members that won't speak to me because of stuff that I've said on this show or at my act. Oh, yeah. And it's kind of a favor. It's a blessing in the skies.
I will do this where I'll FaceTime with my mom and show her cash, like a big stack of cash.
You're like a rapper.
Yeah. Yes. And then
do you hold it on your muscles like this?
Yes.
She's like, that's not how you hold money.
I'll be like, I got another phone call. Hold on. I'll hold it to my ear.
Oh, it's some dead presidents.
And then I'll send her a gift, and she'll be like, ooh, like what is this? And it'll be a mug with her face asleep in a picture on the mug. Like, she looks dead. Yeah.
We just made those 5 of those for your family.
Does she appreciate those gifts?
No.
Really?
No.
I always
she cried.
Oh, I don't want to make my mom cry.
Yeah.
But do you like your mom?
Yeah, I mean, I've argued with her, but I like my parents. My thing every year is every Mother's Day I send her flowers, but the message, only because I know the florist has to handwrite the message. Uh-huh. Like sometimes I do like hostage notes, or I've done like threats. Like I've threatened her through it. Like I'll be like, meet me with the money at the docks. Like I'll do all this shit just because I know a stranger has to write that up. But now it's been going on every year, and she loves it every year. She's like, I'm looking forward to Mother's Day, and I'm running out of ideas. I'll just like pick a language to put it in there.
That's really funny.
What about Valentine's Day? Did you send her a?
Does your mommy your Valentine's?
Valentine's?
I talked to her today. She said she does send me Valentine's. If I was in Chicago still, I would still have to look for an Easter basket.
Oh.
She loves the holidays.
That's sweet.
She's a big fan. She's a fun lady.
No, that's nice. I mean, my mom's. Nice. I mean, my mom's pretty nice, but we've fucked with each other my whole life, so I'm used to.
Yeah. My mom was a bitch, but she's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, 2 out of 3, right, guys? Yeah. 2 out of 3. We love our moms. Yeah. But Christine she was bad and she's dead. So okay, all right, hey, okay, there we go. Cool, a cool
female comic.
66% motherly love.
Comic guys,
move it, niggers.
Whoa,
where does that come from?
That was Bert.
Whoa, that was Bert.
That was Bert.
Wow.
Yeah.
How has this not come back?
I know. Jesus.
How's everybody else's career ruined, and you have a studio for a podcast with that kind of bullshit?
Body Shots.
Bert. That's
Body
Bert.
Shots World Tour. It's on sale now.
Yep.
Go see Burton. Check out those.
How are you guys staying? You got a bookcase with this, these kind of shenanigans.
It's really crazy, actually. What did I have for you? Oh, you know what I found? I couldn't find. Of course, I can never find anything. But I found. Remember we had Big Daddy Kane on?
Yep.
And I was trying to tell him, what is it? Is it in my asshole smells? I have
Jesus Christ.
I have pages.
You talk to your girlfriend like this?
How does my asshole smell, huh?
Well, seriously, now are you dating? You're in a serious relationship, committed.
Yeah.
She's not a comedian.
No, but she works in comedy.
So she's adjacent to the world.
Yeah.
Do you demand that she eats your scrum, licks your scrum?
No, nothing scrum related.
No.
Have you ever asked for that?
Which part's the scrum?
It's basically your raisin cake, like where the dookie comes out of.
That's a raisin cake?
I think so.
I don't think your balls would be a raisin cake because they look raisiny and they're like a little loaf.
I mean,
that's interesting.
I'm up for the argument.
I think that's it. I've stated my stance and you've stated yours.
I mean,
no, I don't need it.
Yeah.
I'll dish it out, but I don't need it. I never want, like, she'll send me.
You seem like a guy that would demand it, but keep going.
Yeah.
No, because that's the thing. Like, she'll send me dick pics, and they're of my dick while I'm asleep, and I've never wanted to see my body from that angle. Like, I've never wanted to see my dick and balls from the feet up.
Yeah,
because like not only is it do I not find it attractive, but what's wrong with you? That you like, I'm glad, but the fact that I would even have to know what my butthole would be like.
Right. And plus, well, your browns are messy. You're vegetarian.
No, I'm pretty decent about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it comes out real clean after.
No, squatty potty.
Yeah.
Squatty potty. Just open it up.
Your system are you pretty regular?
I don't know what's regular.
You know what I mean? Like
once a day?
Are you like what is it like twice a day?
Once?
Is it same time every morning kind of thing?
If I throw some coffee in there, I'll get it going.
Yeah, me too. It's coffee.
I do. I scare my girlfriend first because I do this thing called like a Tongan death march where I'm just kind of slapping my stomach. And she's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I'm drumming up business." And I had I truly thought that I was like getting it all to fucking Burger King down or Burger Time down.
Yeah.
Into the right position.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll do that. I go camping a lot. I like shitting outside.
Really?
You guys talk about shit all the time. You ever shit outside?
No.
Don't you have a house with a yard now? You can just do that.
I pee in the backyard
the
sometimes.
dogs go.
Yeah.
You pee in the yard?
I peed in the backyard a few times.
I believe it. I think Bert did too.
Bert did do it too.
Because of a reason or just because?
Just drinking.
We were drinking in the backyard.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll do like dig a hole and.
Will you do that in your own yard though?
I don't have a yard. I live in an apartment.
But I mean, if you had a yard,
go to the park.
Just go sit in the park.
Go to the dog park.
Yeah.
No, if I'm camping or something, I'll go. I'll do a lot of like mountain biking up in the woods and there's something. You got like, all right, we got to do this here.
Yeah.
We got to handle this business.
Yeah.
And you dig a hole.
And you squat in the proper way that you should be.
Yeah.
That's the way you're supposed to do it.
That's the way God
people
intended,
see those like Turkish toilets or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, how could you do that? Like, that's the best way.
That's like,
That's the way it was
opens it
supposed
up.
to be.
Yeah, I know. So can you be yourself with, I guess I don't understand how people, like if you're not married to a comedian, I just say what I want to him and we're horrible to each other.
Yeah, but I also don't.
You have to censor yourself, I'm saying.
No, because that's not something I would talk about, like my scrum. That wouldn't be a topic.
You're not into that kind of dialogue with her.
He said that with so much disdain.
Yeah, it's disgusting, right, Kyle? But that's saying that's what he says to me all the time.
You've built an empire on this.
Yeah.
I'm mystified by that.
Yeah. I mean,
you're millionaires from this behavior. Look at laugh at it. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, this is the studio that farts made.
You gotta see this other car I got.
No,
so this,
hold on. But here, let me just ask you this: is this something you would do to your lady? Last night, Tom goes, like he'll go make a brown. He'll come back and he'll be like, "I have a great story for you." And I'll be like, "What?" He's like, "I sat down, and then I made a brown." And then I flushed, and I'm like, that's not even a real story. But he's always telling me nasty shit. Are you nasty like that with your lady?
No.
Yeah.
I don't. I want to preserve.
Right.
Something.
You see her as a woman still.
Yeah.
Somebody sexually viable.
Yeah. She's a whole lady to me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to cause a rift.
I mean, there's no
I didn't
rift.
come here to start beef.
It's been like this for 14 years, so.
Well, then what are you getting upset about?
There you go.
I know.
All I did, by the way.
I'm just saying.
14 years in, now you're bringing it up?
I thought
No, I'm bringing it up for the whole time.
I thought yesterday I told a pretty cool story. She made it sound like it was like really juvenile and lame.
Run it by me.
So I was in Reno, and I was supposed to.
Good start.
Yeah, I was supposed to take a ride back on the bus after the show Saturday night, and there was a snowstorm, so like you're flying out. So I spend the night, and I'm like kind of bummed about that.
You were
But then-
bus? Wait.
Tour bus. So I had a tour bus take me.
Oh.
It was great.
I was like, I thought you were doing well. In
No,
my
yeah.
head, I'm like, oh yeah, Greyhound. I know.
Yeah.
I still take those.
So I was so excited because the whole plan was finish the show Saturday night and immediately get on a bus, go to bed, and you
Yeah.
wake up at home. I was like, that's kind of a dream.
Yeah.
So anyways, they let me know like, oh, we can't do it anymore. So you got to fly out of Reno in the morning. So I spend the night there, not happy about it. Get up early, get to the airport, and I was with Josh Potter. I go, hey, hold my bags. And which is that's one of the best, by the way, advantages of traveling with friends. Is like you don't have to bring your bags with
Oh,
you.
that
to the
must be
airport. I love
great.
leaving the bags with somebody,
That's the
You
best.
go free and clear into the bathroom.
Not
without your carry-on.
Not decorating your closet.
Yeah, I fucking hate that part,
And then I don't want to put stuff on the ground because you see pee. So I'm like, I'm watching the coat hook bend with the weight of my backpack.
Exactly. And men's rooms are the grossest at airports. I mean, they're so filthy. So I just go in there and I go, I'm going to handle this. Anyways, I just let out a couple of crazy farts. Nothing else comes out. I get home, right? I fly, I get home.
See, the story gets more
Hold on, it
interesting.
gets better. And then I
Hold on to
go,
your
I get
socks.
home, and I'm ready for, now it's been a couple hours. I get home, I sit down, a couple other huge farts. Then I fart in the kitchen, and you're like, hey, take it easy. There's people walking around. We had a nanny helping us out, and then I shit later, and then that's the whole story.
Do you talk like this to your lady?
I don't think she'd be interested.
I wasn't either.
I think it's a pretty good story. I think anybody that doesn't think that's a good story,
the Reno start made it sound like,
Right.
all right, ooh, a lot of
where's
good
this
happens
going?
in Reno.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you guys aren't up on storytelling, but anyways, there's a couple emails. People wrote in. Let's see here. Oh, this was like, I guess we discussed this on the last thing about our pronouns. That
Yes, Starbucks has pronoun pins for the employees to wear: him, hers, them, they. You're up on your.
I just
pronouns.
don't understand the they because that's plural.
Well,
Oh, that's
and that's why I get
interesting.
confused.
You
Like I was on a
Them,
show last night,
theirs.
somebody got introduced as they, and I'm like, oh, it's like a dual act. And then
Interesting.
It was just one
Oh,
person.
they.
It was more of a grammar thing. I get confused.
Now, did the person make the distinction to be introduced as they? Or did-
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Okay. So they said, like, bring me
Yeah,
up this
that was
way.
it.
All right. Well, I'm wondering if maybe poly and bi pins aren't far behind, and then this person wrote, burp Shizer is fat.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Great.
That just keeps. That's just.
You wouldn't believe how much people love
That's-
fat shaming Bert. It's really taken another
Is it
level.
shame if Bert doesn't care?
So
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's not.
And he kind of enjoys the attention a little.
Yeah, then it's not. It's just fat recognition.
That's true. Fat
Hey, you're
recognition.
Fat. Yes. There's no shame there.
I like this angle. Thank you.
What's your pronoun?
What's your pronoun? What are you going by these days, Kyle?
I'll guess.
Yeah, fella.
Fella? Mm-hmm.
Him.
Yeah, I'm a him.
You're him.
Yeah.
His.
Oh,
I'm a
this will be interesting to hear
what?
Kyle's take on this, because this is
Sure.
in response to an earlier episode. It said, hey, what's good? So this bitch I work with.
Stupid fucking bitch. That's another fun thing on our show.
So this bitch I work with poorly whistles Old McDonald every single motherfucking
Fuck
day.
her cunt.
I had a vision punching her as hard as I can in the chest. She also does.
Well.
She also does and says absurd as shit. You know how people said,
Yeah.
say shit if they make a mistake or something of that nature? She will say cats or jinkies. To top it off.
Oh, boy.
To top it off. What
a dick.
She looks like an identical to Dwight Schrute from The Office, and that is from Nathan. We were just talking about, I think it's this kind of power trip, passive aggressive thing when you're, maybe waiting in line at a coffee shop or somewhere, and then there's some guy.
Oh no, public whistling.
Public whistler's the worst.
And it's the only thing that the better you are at it, the more obnoxious it is.
Yeah.
If you want somebody to be like, look how good I can whistle.
Yeah.
I think now that the retaliation is to just shittily whistle something else with that person.
Like chime in.
Or just if somebody's whistling good and you're like,
yeah, I got you.
Me and you, buddy.
Yeah.
Pick a key. All right. I agree that public whistling should be forbidden.
Yeah, it was or even like, it was in a gym locker room, and it's like, you're just, obviously you're winding down, you're going to get cleaned up, and then there's a guy, there's only like 2 or 3 of us in the locker room, and he's just like, whistling the whole way through, whistling to the shower, whistling on the way back. It's like, all right, man, I think we all get it.
I try to be pretty tolerant of a lot of things, but
that one,
it's atrocious.
I won't. I mean, I don't know if this guy should punch her in the chest, but I understand his rage.
I
mean, he also seems like he's got some other issues.
Well,
pent up.
That's. I think it was Gene Pompa. Was it or Tom? No, sorry, Tom Pompa. On his Instagram the other day, had a video of a full-grown man playing a video game at full volume on an airplane. Like, just had the iPad out at full volume. Boop boop beep bop boop up. Like, oh my fucking God.
What?
Yeah.
That's horrible. You need earbuds.
When do you say stuff? Yeah.
I'd say something at that point. Like, bro, can you?
My thing is
women are stupid.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. It's that classic New York comedy.
Stupid fucking dumb bitch.
Where'd you learn how to whisper in a helicopter? Go ahead.
But like, at what point do you step it? Like when the TV screens are on the headrest?
Fuck your mom! I know.
Stabbing at it, and that's where I'll give a look first.
Yeah,
like a turnaround.
Yeah.
Like my head's attached to this,
yeah.
And then I'm just like, hey man, it's a touch screen.
Right.
Yeah.
You just have to.
It's by the heat of your finger, not the pressure.
Right.
Go a little.
Oh,
give it a shot.
Yeah. I've had a bitch back in the day, boom, 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 and I've turned around and been like, could you please? And she was like, fuck you bitch. Like, she got mad at me.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's like, fuck you, I'll do what I want. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I had to call over the flight attendant. This is years ago. She was like hammering. It was probably on your mom's house I brought it up.
And you said...
And I was like, excuse me, every time you do that, I feel it. Do you mind? And she was like, I'll do whatever I want. Like, she was sassing back to me, and then I had to call a flight attendant. I was like, she's kind of crazy.
Have you retaliatory farted? Like, if you
yes, I have.
Stand up and like just fart in their face?
Not at that time, but I have farted when people next to me were being very annoying.
Yeah.
And then I fart.
Yeah.
You do that too?
Oh yeah, I'm like a skunk. I'm getting defensive.
But she also did it. She also did it to somebody who didn't do anything wrong, and then the lady was like, "Smells like a dirty diaper in here." Like, because Christina was basically...
What kind of lady was this?
Not smart.
I'm going to go, that wasn't an accent from a country.
What? It smell bad here.
You don't learn that accent.
You are completely retarded.
Okay. That's not a regional dialect.
It's because of this.
A lot of women out there are fucking full of shit, and they're stupid.
What do you think, Kyle? Would you say that to your lady?
No.
No.
You know who Kyle would definitely dig?
He would never treat his lady like this.
Let me tell you, Kyle.
I live with a small amount of fear every day, and I like that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm happy for that.
From your lady?
Yeah.
Really?
Ooh, let's talk about it. What are you afraid of? Like, what? How does she reprimand you?
No, not like in a bad way, but like pounce.
Keep you in check.
Like flinch me.
Yeah.
Make me flinch.
Huh?
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. It's very attractive.
Yeah. You apologize a lot for no reason.
Yeah. What? No, sorry. I was screwing around.
I love it.
Yeah.
You would
Keep me on
like...
my toes.
I think he would like Hard Rock Nick.
Oh, for God's sake.
Who's
This guy.
Who's Hard Rock Nick?
Well, this dude's badass. So
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Like, do you ever wear pink?
Big fan of embroidered satin jackets.
You ever wear pink? Are you somebody comfortable with that?
Yeah.
You do?
I mean, I don't have a lot. I have a couple shirts.
Well, all right. So
What's
there's a couple guys that like.
Oh, is that a real guy?
Yeah.
That's not a real guy.
Yeah.
What's up? I get this question a lot.
That's not a real guy.
Why do I wear pink so much? I wear pink because I like pink pussies. You know, like inside. I like to actually spread the pussy lips open while I'm fucking missionary. That shit's hot. And the other reason I like pink or wear pink is because if you look at all the richest men in the world, which I'm one of, I have 20 million in the bank. No bullshit. Google it. Suck on my fucking testes.
Google.
All the richest men in the world wear pink. 50 Cent wears pink. Tom Cruise wears pink. Simon Rex fucking wears pink condoms. So that's what it is.
Wait, Simon Rex?
20 million in the bank and fucking growing. You don't need hair when you're this good looking, baby.
That's not a real person. I refuse to believe that. Like now that I've been comic, that's a character. It is. Right? It is, right?
No. Here's the thing: if it was just this video, I'd be like, "This dude's a fucking savage improv actor."
Yeah.
But
like committing with that fucking Etch-a-Sketch goatee and shit.
Yeah, there's more.
That's like the That's like the Mr. Fuzzy magnet.
Guys, but don't you think you're just kind of hating on him because he's so successful and he's got pink shirts and he's got $20 million? Like, don't be a hater, pal.
I mean, I appreciate his humility.
This is him.
How many people we got in here? Not even 400, man. The artwork, that wasn't $30, but thank you. This is one piece of artwork. I mean, y'all don't want to comment on the fact that I'm sitting in a $1,000 custom movie theater chair and I have 5 of them. I mean, retarded, man. All these people under 35.
Because you know movie theater seats are all $5,000. That's why movie tickets are so much. I got to pay for those seats.
All these people under 35. What's wrong with you guys? Why are you so angry, bitter? Was it 9/11?
Prenatal vitamin.
Then you guys felt robbed of your youth. Was it Columbine? Was it all these mass shootings that you guys got terror struck in you from your media and mom and dad? I mean, what the fuck? I was happy when people got rich. I'm still happy when people get rich on a game show or from winning the lottery or from winning American Idol or from success or a comeback. Like, my God. This is just the retardation of your generation.
Also, just so you know, he used to have 2 Amazon deliveries a week. Now it's 1. Go ahead.
No, the other way. Oh, you're right. It used to be 2.
What is Hardcore Nick's backstory?
Excuse me, it's Hard Rock Nick? Well, it's funny. You know what you could do? Could you pull up his bio?
Yeah, I need a little info on Hard Rock Nick.
The bio really lays it out.
Please
and
don't.
It's what it's going to make you do is probably rewrite your own bio. If you don't mind.
Need to anyway. So
that's what I'm saying.
Ooh.
So could you read his bio out loud? It's right there. That's his bio.
He looks like a rape genie.
Yeah. Totally.
Will you let it rip?
That's perfect. That's what he is.
No, you don't get no wishes, but I'm out now. I'll give you something to wish for.
What do you so it's in a caption.
All right.
So he posted that picture. Go ahead.
On my 12th Mercedes Benz, like as a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah.
I'm on my 12th one. I keep fucking these things up. Born in Las Vegas, you could stop there.
Yeah, I know.
He's got a lot of houses.
Yeah, where does he usually shop though?
Over $30,000 of tattoos on my body. He usually shops at Bristol Farms. Oh, okay. Average one Amazon. What does that have to do?
Just shows you he's always shopping, bro. How many packages a week you get, bitch?
Yeah, how many packages do you get, Kyle?
But without saying what he gets. Got 10-pack toothbrushes from Amazon. That's my package this week.
Worth a good
350 million, not counting the house I live in. Prefer eating pussy from the back. Okay. Love, and I mean love, getting my dick sucked.
Feels good.
Almost 300 pounds, but carry it like I'm 210 pounds. What a specific
I know.
like way
It's
to put
awesome.
it forward. I didn't want to go 200 because that's too obvious. 210.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Alexa the shit out of my house.
Yeah, he's got a lot of Alexas.
Stupid.
He's got a lot of
You know what I mean? That's when you want to stunt on your guests. Be like, check out all these Alexas I got. Hey, Alexa! And then you just...
But Alexa doesn't understand half the shit you say to her anyway.
Alexa, keep Alexa company, all right? This is where the AI meltdown starts, is this guy's house, if it's true.
Yeah.
That's how the robots learn to communicate with one another and to defeat the humans. That's where I go with it. Like, this guy's going to be the cause of it. Look at his eyelashes.
What?
Gosh.
Like,
eyelashes.
he cares for himself. He does care for himself.
Why are you hating?
I'm not. I just said he cares for himself.
Okay. I just want to make sure there was no misunderstanding.
He looks like, you're right. Those look like fake lashes.
I think this guy does throw a little bit like on the makeup and everything.
I think you're right. I think he's got
I like that
eyeliner.
he's like rich and crazy, but then messes around with some makeup.
Do you really think he's rich? That's the...
No, I don't.
Women are motherfucking hating cunts.
Oh,
that's him.
And he financed white girls.
Well, that's another thing. He's also racist. If you didn't love him now... If you didn't love him before, I mean, now you're really gonna... Can you read this out loud, Kyle?
Okay. Ladies,
yeah.
If you have an ass like this and are pure white American-born female, not mixed with Mexican or Israeli and shit, have light eyes and a career, and will let me put my face in it every time you bend over the sink to do your makeup, get at me.
I wish you would read all of his singles.
This guy looks like he's whatever ethnicity genies are from, and he's gonna say no Mexican or Israeli.
I know.
That's every genie is Mexican Israeli.
I know.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's always like a Mexican Israeli blend.
This is like a self-hate. Yeah, they're always Mexican Israeli. You know.
Yeah, you know.
That's how they work. That's how genies.
How about this?
Oh boy.
The 10 turnoffs in a woman in order of level of turn-offness. Number one,
non-Caucasian. All right. I mean, you got to know what you want in this world.
What do you like?
Smoker of any kind. Vegetarian. Wears too much makeup. Wears perfume from Walmart or TJ Maxx.
Etc.
Never says thank you. Oh, see, look, he likes it polite. Prudish sexually. Has visible facial hair, even peach fuzz. Has a child from a previous man.
Jeez.
Won't shop, eat, do yoga anywhere unless she has a coupon, Groupon, magazine clipping.
There you
for it.
go.
All right, now this is from 2012.
He may have evolved.
Have we checked up on Nicholas Rock Johansson?
That's true.
No.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
We haven't seen, we don't know
Well, those
what happened
photos,
to him.
The live
photos
streams.
and the live stream are all recent.
That's current. But this is a very specific list, too.
Has he contacted you guys? Has he come around? Have
he
you tried to
will.
get
Probably
him as a
gonna.
guest?
No.
No, I don't think
Really?
that's a
You don't
good
want a hard
idea.
rock Nick around here? I mean, you're both white.
Well,
he'd be cool with it.
You know what I realized is that I'm not
But
American.
who's not white?
Well,
Blue Band is
he's already mixing up the
Are you
pool here.
disqualified?
Yeah,
Are you disqualified from the running for?
Tell him what you are.
Yeah.
I got some Jewish Israeli blood in me.
Ooh, take a hike.
Yep.
You Jew motherfucker, you!
Yeah.
You got any peach fuzz? How do you feel
Yeah,
about having?
yeah, look at that face.
Do you like being eaten out from the back? We'll come at you human centipede style.
No, I'm disqualified because I'm not light-eyed and I'm also not
That's true.
American-born. So I'm old as fuck for him too. But
You're
besides
definitely
that,
not
ancient.
No. For me, I'm just gonna look out because I know we're gonna be bros immediately.
Yeah.
Like he'll see me and be like, similar look. You just need to get your eyebrows darkened.
You need to get him darkened, and if you can have him do
Lengthen
some
those lashes.
lengthen lashes, and then beard work. Both of you could use some beard
Some
work.
sculpting.
Yeah. Get like a detailer.
How much for you to do
some steps
Hard
in
Rock
there?
Nick's beard?
Oh man.
I would love for you to do that.
Are you Halloween people? You do Halloween? Well,
not really.
I don't know, but man, if this was if it was September right now, we were just cooking this up, it would be pretty badass.
Yeah.
It'd be like, I'm Hard Rock Nick.
and people just think you're making fun of any Armenian.
Yeah. Yes. And you said Armenian.
I think Armenian too. I'm gonna go Persian or Armenian.
Nicholas Rock Johansson.
But that last, it's the bullshit name.
That is.
It doesn't matter.
That's why I wish I was
You don't think his middle name's Rock?
Nicholas, too. No. This guy's either Persian or Armenian. That's from my mind.
They know what they want.
Yeah.
They got, they're proud of their wealth.
Look at the bright side.
$350 million. Didn't say how he made it, right?
No.
Well, I mean,
what do you think?
Obviously, an entrepreneur. I'm sure
online poker.
Being awesome.
Yeah. Poker would definitely fit his.
He's got an online poker vibe.
For sure.
A regular poker vibe.
Yes.
I was always fascinated with the confident nerds of poker championships.
Yes.
I know.
Of just the swagger of a poker.
The glasses and the weird.
But just and also like all the looks and everything, like, you turds.
Do you like poker?
No.
I've never been into it, and what really blew my mind was when it became televised. I'm like, motherfuckers are
who's watching this bullshit?
Like, that's what would drive me nuts. Is like, Matt Bronger and I used to do closed captioning for a living. That was what we would do for our day jobs.
Yeah,
and we'd have to close caption all those poker tournaments. It's the most infuriating. Like, just listening, you're playing cards. I wouldn't want to stand around watching you play cards.
So fucking
Let alone
boring.
have to type out all the words they're saying.
Oh,
and
my
It's like,
God.
it's a 3-nut on the flop in the river. I'm like, this is so
sounds terrible.
And everybody's got their own interests. But I go to Vegas and I play I'll play like roulette, which is the worst odds. But I can't fuck up anything other than playing it.
Yeah.
Poker or blackjack, I could screw something up.
Definitely.
And then I lost because I was dumb. But
The other thing about blackjack,
roulette
too,
is like fun spinny wheel.
Yeah.
Spinny wheel's fun. Blackjack, you can fuck it up for other people.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. Well, it's also the thing I've seen people be like, "Are you fucking serious? We're gonna hit on?" And you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Like people get really fired up on those blackjack, and I don't understand craps at all.
I don't think anybody does. I think that's how craps exists. Is nobody knows what they're doing.
Let me get and also throw down 20 on the high hand. Let me get a low hook on the yo-yo. What?
Yeah.
I was in Reno where I'd done a show and didn't do great, and then I was kind of shuffling around the casino, and these kind of grizzled mountain folk were there, and they're like, "You're real funny, man. Play craps with us." I was like, "All right," and I lost $10, and they're like, "I don't have any more money." He's like, "Don't worry, man." Gave me $100. I was like,
wow.
I'm like, "Hey, man, I don't want to take your money." He's like, "Don't worry about it, man. We grow pot." And then he kept touching the table, and the lady would have the stick and be like, "Don't touch the table." He's like, "Whoa, sorry, man." These old pot farmers throwing all their money around, just grabbing shit off the table, getting yelled at. It was a good time.
That's fun though.
Nobody knew what they were doing, but it was fun.
I've played craps twice with seasoned players. An hour with each of them. I was like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
It's still luck.
Yeah.
It's luck. It's all.
Last time I played craps, I was in Vegas, and I went to go see Rock of Ages by myself because, I'll hang out. I don't care. Rock of Ages, the musical about the Sunset Strip, 80s rock music. And
How was that?
I was one of maybe 40 people in the entire amphitheater, and I was singing along and clapping and crying at the sentimental parts.
Yes.
And then the woman next to me who kept kind of spilling my beer, she gave me $20. As we walked out, because I guess I looked like my wife just left me or something, because I was getting way too into a Rock of Ages by myself. And she's like, "I'm sorry for the. Here you go, honey." I'm like, "I'm actually having a great time. You don't have to do this." She's like, No, you take this. And she gave me $20, and I blew it on the craps table.
That's sweet though.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I looked in pretty bad shape.
Yeah.
I guess I looked like a real sad dude. I thought I was having fun.
Now, have you had that? Because I know Christina is very sensitive to the idea of food or drinks being expired, and to the point of like, "Hey, this is from Monday, and it's Wednesday." She's like, "Oh, it's from Monday."
Oh, that's
my
now
God,
you're
we could die.
exaggerating.
I've been working off mayonnaise from 2017.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Kinane doesn't fuck around. I know he won't. Yeah.
I'm the
women are fucking stupid. Is what you're saying.
Stupid bitch.
Play the clip.
It's expired. That's why it's not sweet. Expired.
It's not expired.
Wait, is it expired? It's not sweet. I tasted it. Don't
It
look at the.
expires March 20th, 2014.
I don't care. It doesn't taste sweet.
I'm sorry, we can't help you. There's no refunds.
Refunds. And what is it? People always about money in America. About money. I want another juice. It's not sweet. Give me a fresh, sweet juice. Why put the expired juice on the shelf? What do you get rid of it?
It's not expired.
It is expired. I don't believe these numbers. I don't
You
believe
can call the company and complain to them, but we're not replacing it.
What company? God, what company? You Fatso company.
Okay, you can leave now.
Your Fatso company.
Take
that what she said?
Yeah. She says,
Fatso?
your Fatso company.
I love the word fatso.
Yeah.
Take your juice and go.
Why should I take my juice? Give me sweet juice. I pay my money. Why steal my money?
give me
All these
sweet
fucking thieves in this town.
Okay, go.
Leave. We call the cops.
Or call the cops.
Okay.
Hey, call the cops. I'm not scared of you. You can scare the cops. It's not sweet. Kahpe. All you fucking cunt.
It's my mom.
Don't steal it.
This is the kind of shit my mom would do. I'm not even lying. You fucking cunt. She said a fucking cunt, right?
Yeah, Is that what
Didn't
she
my mother say fucking cunt in front of you the first time she met you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did.
This
First time.
fucking cunt. This is not
I
sweet.
told this fucking cunt in Bloomingdale's. Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, that's how crazy she was. And then this is totally an immigrant thing too, like how she's pointing to the Jews. This is not fucking sweet. Such an
They
immigrant.
point. They're pointers.
Oh yeah, this is not sweet.
All you fucking cunt.
You fucking cunt. Dude, this chick could be related to me, bro.
Steal it me. I hate fat
She
big
got
men.
through a good
All of
few
you
sips.
pigs.
She said, I hate fat pig men.
Yeah.
This lady's not.
I hate fat big men. All of you pigs. Kahpe.
Why is she saying cockpit?
It's got to be a curse in her native language.
Yeah, some foreigner shit.
Cockpit.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
or somebody taught her to swear the wrong way.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Just trying to say like cocksucker. or something.
Yeah,
Like,
you cockpit.
Close enough.
I hate fat big men and I hate Mexican. All of you
Mexican. Hey, lady.
Ma'am, you are not helping your argument here.
Well, but who hates
and I hate Mexican.
I mean,
Wow.
she's kind of heavy herself, though. I mean,
Kind
isn't
of.
the fat,
And foreign.
Yeah.
I mean, she carries it like it's
What the
210,
fuck?
though.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
The
Good
hound's tooth is really gives
Yeah.
the illusion, a slimming
Hound's tooth.
illusion.
Brutal.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
This poor lady. She's just crying
Any
at the end there.
problems? It's not sweet enough, the juice.
Get the juicy sweeter.
I need the
What's she got,
juice. It's Tropicana. That shit's so sweet, dude. It's nothing but sugar in
Yeah,
it.
she's
All
put.
you fucking cunt.
No,
It is like eating.
You fucking cunt.
she's smoking like 4 packs a day.
Oh,
Her
yeah.
taste buds.
Fuck
That's why
that.
she can't get the sweet.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Fatso company.
Fatso company.
Fatso company.
That's my
You
favorite one.
Fatso company.
Fatso company.
That's somebody's like production card.
Could you imagine this person raising you? This is actually my mom. This is literally the
Yeah,
woman.
it's a lot. It is a lot.
Was she a mean lady?
Yeah, she's crazy though. But this is the kind of shit she would do too. Like, this is not sweet, you fucking bitch. And then she'd get mad at people for seating her too close to the toilet at restaurants. She'd get real racist too. Like, this fucking gook bitch sat me near the toilets. And you're like, oh, God.
Oh, no.
Mom. Yeah.
And then the lady would be
Was
like,
she at a Vietnamese restaurant?
No, we were at a sushi. It was a Japanese.
All right, well,
It wasn't even the right slur.
in the ballpark.
but then the lady's just like, can I get you guys something to drink? She's like, you know what you did, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Yeah.
She's upset. She
Yeah,
got-
angry.
Yeah.
I saw my mom freak out once, but it was only on my behalf, and it like wasn't racist or anything. Like I bought the wrong. I was like a little kid. I thought I was buying like a model garage for model cars, but it turned out to be like little figures. And I couldn't even see the counter that says no returns on it at the hobby shop.
Aw.
And so my mom, like the guy wouldn't give me my money back. And so my mom went there. It was like, my son can't even see your no return sign. He thought nothing's broken. He just took the plastic off, and the guy wouldn't do it. So my mom just sat there, and anybody would walk in, don't touch anything. This guy won't give you refunds. And then they had to call mall security, and now my mom's about to get arrested.
Whoa.
But she was standing up. She's like, I'm doing this for you. I'm like, please stop.
Yeah.
Please stop it.
Yeah.
Classmates are here, and they see you now being talked to by mall security because you're harassing mall customers from going
Holy
in to
shit.
Don's Toys and Hobbies.
Oh.
But she was like, she's a righteous lady.
I like it.
She is a righteous lady. I'm saying was. I
Yeah.
talked to her today.
Do you have
Yeah.
siblings?
Yeah, I got one sister.
Oh, okay. Older or younger?
Younger. She lives here. She moved out here a little while ago.
How long ago?
A year and a half ago.
Do you get to see each other a lot?
Yeah, we hang out. We're good.
That's cool.
Family's solid, you know?
Yeah.
It's good.
Which, yeah, like I got nothing.
You know what my mom used to do that was really funny? When we would go to the mall, like a department store, you know, you used to accompany your mom. So, you know, she has like olive skin and she has this heavy accent. And everybody would always be like, where are you from?
Oh, yeah.
And so she would always say, guess. And then, so they would be, you know, a lot of times Russian.
Mm-hmm.
And not once or twice a number of times when I was with her, they would go, they would like talk. So she would say, you know, I went to buy the blah, blah, blah. And they would be like, do you speak, are you Chinese?
Oh my God.
And
so stupid.
my mom would go, yes. And then, and they would go, say something in Chinese. Like just like a lady working the makeup counter. And my mom would go, and then they would go like, whoa. And then she would just look at me and say it. She would go, and I'd be like, she's looking for makeup remover.
You did the full improv game.
Yeah, in the full improv game. And they're like, that's so cool that your mom speaks Chinese. And I'm like, mm-hmm.
You know it, dipshit.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite story is about that bagger, the grocery bagger in Vero.
Go ahead.
No, you tell.
No, you tell.
No,
it.
you tell.
Look at you two sweethearts. You do it.
I used to do this all the time where like I did two things. Like we're at a stoplight and somebody's crossing the street who clearly is disabled, like walking with it.
Sure.
I would go just to my mom because I knew that I would get her. I'd be like, look at this guy all drunk, 10 o'clock in the morning. And she would be like, don't me. I was like, what? And she's like, he has a problem. I was like, yeah, he's a drunk. And I just drive off. And then at the grocery store, they have a grocery store near them that will hire like special needs people. Mm-hmm. So just to mess with her, I would... like they would bag it up. They would bag it up and then take it to the car, and then like a guy would put it in the car, and that was the job. And then as he walked away, I would just look at her real seriously, and I would go, I think something's wrong with that guy. And she would go, what? I would go, something's wrong with that guy. And she was like, yes. I would go, she was dummy. He's retarded. And I was like, no. and then she would get, she would
face
go,
hurts.
of course. And I was like, no. It's fun to have a foreign parent that you can like toy with.
Yeah.
She also doesn't know that even now the R word is not desirable to say. And I've heard her say it in front of people, like in a casual setting, and I'm like, you can see people's face be like, "Whoa, this 70-year-old lady, really throwing that." Because it's like it's it's still like foreign language to her, you know.
Yeah, and I think people have like, I understand we're not supposed to say all that stuff, but the oversensitivity to it, like older people who are immigrant and foreign, like English isn't their first language, like they don't have the same sensitivity.
Yeah,
I heard
You use the R word.
Yeah.
I heard that defense of like somebody in Europe using the N word, like they're not using it racist, they're using it because they grew up listening to hip hop, and that was like punctuated throughout that, so they don't have like the historical context that you have here in this country. They just say it because hip hop artists. It doesn't make it right, but the awareness isn't there. Like I
would agree with that.
I feel like that generation, like people, like we grew up saying words that I'm like, I can't believe like how often you would just say faggot or something. And now it's like, yeah, I would not do that. I know now, and it's not like PC culture. So it's like, no, I know that word is shitty. Yeah. And I was saying, and I think like my parents and our parents' generation was like that with some other words. And then when they learned that you can't say that anymore, it became this like kind of forbidden thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like if Brazil nuts showed up in my house, they showed up because somebody needed a fix. Somebody
had to call.
Somebody needed you know what we used to call these. I'm like, yes, you'd say it every time Brazil nuts are in the house.
Yeah.
That one I never got, by the way.
Well, my mom would say it with shame, like, you're not going to believe what we used to call these. I'm like, I will believe it because you say that every time you see a Brazil nut.
Yeah.
Like you're scratching an itch right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Not because there's it's nothing ill will. It's just the physical compulsion of making the word that you can't anymore.
Yeah, because the taboo feels like a dare too, you know. But like the further case for the English as a second language person is that some of those words just don't have that same impact on their minds, you know, that it has on ours.
Yeah, the
You know what I mean?
context was never there.
It was never there. And it sounds like if I told you, whatever you do, don't say Bozmeg when you're around these people. You're going to be like, okay, like it, but you're like, it doesn't hurt when I say it.
But also, like, don't say it. You're like,
yeah.
That's fine.
Like, don't think about elephants. Shit.
Yeah.
My cousins used to come over and drop everything. Like, everything that was like, don't ever say these 6 words. They'd be like, I'll say it right now. And like, they'll say it. It's like the fag thing, which was so, like, throwing that around in middle school happened a lot. Dude, they came for Thanksgiving, and I meet them I haven't seen some of them in 10 years. And as I walk into a restaurant, these are 35, 36-year-old men, they go, "Fagot!" Like that. Like, that was their hello. I was like, you can't do that, man. Like, we're in a restaurant. Like, it's not even, there's no, don't do it. Like,
where are they from?
Peru.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, they have like heavy like their English isn't.
Yeah.
They're just like, I remember the words we're not supposed to say. And you're like,
Look, this one and this.
Yeah.
But I think also, like, the generation, I don't think it's just foreign parents, like, what you can do with humor. It's like my mom, like, when you find out your kids are actually funny in their own right. Like, I think my mom would encourage a little bit. Like, me and my sister, the student driver cars would come by our house, and so we would always crash our bikes right behind them. Like, do some solid over the bars pratfalls. So they would just, like, a student driver would see in the rearview mirror a bike fly up and then a kid just laying there. And like, I'd run up to my sister like, "Are you okay?" And my mom would be in the house laughing her ass off. And she'd be like, "You guys shouldn't do that." It's real funny. Like, would reprimand us, but not hard enough to be like, if it comes around again, I'll get your dad to watch too. It was pretty funny.
Well, that's a struggle we have with our 3-year-old, is that now he's starting to say shit, and some of it's super, like, he's learning to burp and fart, and that's like,
you made that.
Yeah.
And we also tell them that,
Can't
like,
discourage it
if
either.
you burp, it's 1 thumbs up. If it's fart, it's 2 thumbs up. And then we're like,
You're gonna raise just cave people,
savages.
like this. You've years of documentation.
I know.
That's what I can't imagine. Like, trying to raise a kid, and they're gonna have a sample board like that of everything you've said. Like, oh really? Brr. And it's just you guys farting into microphones.
Yeah.
I can't do what? Well, it says differently. You got no cards anymore to raise these kids.
he learns that if the doorbell rings, it means, fuck.
That's so true.
You guys got a world of hurt coming at
It's
you.
gonna be bad. Yeah, because that was my natural reaction to the doorbell ringing, just because, like, I was comfortable. So you heard it, and I was like, fuck. And as soon as I did it, he was like, fuck. Like, just looks right at me.
Here we go. Somebody's got a new favorite word.
And I don't discourage nose picking either. I can't. I mean,
I still.
Yeah. What's the big deal?
Do you feel like it's
elementary?
It's elementary.
What, for picking? Yeah. I'll get in there.
Yeah.
I get in. I don't think it's a big deal.
That was a bad thing when my girlfriend, when we lived separately, and I'd be at her house, and she was like moving stuff around. She's like, "I found your booger grave here next to the bed." It's like, you don't know how many you're putting down there until one day somebody moves the mattress. Like, oh god.
I used to pick my nose and wipe them on the back of a couch at home when I was like in high school. And one time there was some repair that needed to be done on that couch. I never thought of that. The guy comes to service it, moves the couch, and there's just dry boogers all over the back.
I watched my one friend freak out another friend, like first friend who like had his own place, like had a townhouse. We're over there. My buddy Bob's just going at it. And finally my friend Jesse had enough. He's like, "Stop picking your fucking nose, man." He's like, "What do you care?" He's like, "Because you don't just pick your nose. You pick your nose and then you wipe that shit on my stuff. You're putting that booger on my couch. I'm sick of finding your boogers on my fucking couch." And we're all so high. We're like, "Get over yourself, man." And it was the funniest thing to see it. We're on the level.
Yeah.
We're just fucking party dudes. And somebody finally freaked out about having a boogery couch.
Boogery
well,
couch.
Look who's growing up.
Right.
Someone don't want his friends boogers all over his stuff.
Your coming of age story.
I'll fart in your fridge and close the door real quick. Hope your food tastes like it.
Well, I think it's gross to have the designated booger area. Like Tom,
I didn't think
Tom
about
rolls, and in my car he'll pick his nose and then he'll roll and just throw them on the floor, which I'm almost fine with that. But I think designating the area,
subconscious. I'm just like on an airplane. Just going, and then you don't.
Oh,
think,
yeah.
Like, you don't realize.
I saw.
You're like, oh shit, that's one.
The deepest, just absolute, most impressive deep dig I've ever seen in public was Christopher Lloyd.
Really?
On a plane. Yeah, he sat next to me, and he did a full cleaning of each
Really?
nostril. Each nostril.
Just
and then-
second knuckle?
Oh, yeah. And I did a full swirl, and I was like, he doesn't give a fuck. It was partially like, I wanted to think he was like, do you know who the fuck I am? Like, I wish it was that. And it was partially, I think, age, too. He's like, I'm not getting up to the bathroom, clean my
Or it's
nose.
a defense mechanism, like, hey, are you Chris? What? Like, I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave this guy. Celebrity defense mechanism.
He definitely, he went in there, Gene.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
But we can't tell our kid not to, or kids.
Oh,
I think that shit's minor though. Like,
Why do you develop a rewarding feeling from it, though?
It's so gratifying.
You ever scratch your ears with your car keys?
No.
I would almost. If I had to pick between that and orgasms, I would probably go.
The key. You're not afraid of bacteria being introduced into the ear canal?
Look where we're putting our fingers in our mouths.
Yeah,
that we've
everywhere.
established already.
Everywhere
Within this show.
Yeah. Have you ever
Eating
pulled
buttholes? Aren't you afraid of getting bacteria? You're eating buttholes.
I don't eat
20
buttholes.
minutes ago.
I don't eat buttholes. Have you ever pulled a long hair out of your butthole? A long hair. Have you ever?
Yeah.
Never? No? Of
course.
You have, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's so special. That one's very special.
Wait.
It happens rarely.
It was in
rarely.
your body?
I don't know how. Either
No.
you poo it out or it gets... You must be in your poo.
You know what it is?
What is it?
It's hair that falls, and every once in a while, it's like in your underwear. You see, because you're always...
Somebody just made a joke about having a long hair that they're pulling out of their
I remember wiping my ass one time and being like, how did this fucking 3-foot hair end up in here? It's definitely from just hair collecting.
Yeah, coming around. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What? It's like now it's like in the zeitgeist to just.
Oh, no.
Watch this. This
I
is
don't
pretty
wanna
cool.
see this.
Yeah,
Is
you
it?
do.
Is
No,
this-
I don't want
Watch.
this. I don't.
Watch.
Before it starts.
Wait, okay. Wait.
Before it starts.
Yeah.
I see where this is going.
Yeah.
They gotta.
That's so awesome. That was the best thing I've ever seen. Let's say that again.
I mean, for the listeners.
It's somebody had just the chocolate fountain idea first.
Right.
Like, we're not going to put a doll to show the repercussions. Like, at least 3 people put this idea together.
For the listeners who don't have, who are not
There's
seeing
champagne in the background.
Oh, yeah, this is a party, man.
Well, it's a chocolate fountain.
I didn't realize that there's people watching
Oh,
this
yeah,
closely.
this is like a New Year's
Yeah.
Eve.
Look at the people over there. There's people there. I did not see
Or
that
is this
from
a child's
angle.
party? Is there like games on the table?
Oh, yeah, this could be a birthday party. I didn't even realize that. Whoa. That's his voice. Oh, yeah. He's like, whoa.
Is it only slow motion? Or could I see real time?
Can this be made into a GIF? May I please have this? God, this is great.
For people listening, there's a guy farting into a chocolate fountain, and the chocolate is sprayed over a baby doll's face.
I'm going to ask one last time. Is everybody done with the chocolate fountain, all right? Because we're going to be doing a thing, but you're not going to want to use the chocolate fountain afterwards. Has everybody gotten their fill of the chocolate fountain?
Gosh. One more time. One more time. One more time, Blue Man, please.
All right, here we go.
This is making my life.
Man.
That's a monster fart. The air on that?
Yeah, that was real.
Oof, it was a real fart.
And now you understand why we make the big bucks, right?
Now you understand. Kyle, we've had...
You own a home because of this. You own property.
But you wouldn't believe we've been fired from 2 corporate sponsors, McDonald's and Morton Steakhouse just fired us.
Morton's gave you the boot?
Yep.
Morton's gave us the boot.
McDonald's took away a lot of money.
I read something like that. Did you legit? Those were real sponsors?
Yeah. Well, you know what happened with McDonald's? I don't know if you can get Terry.
What happened with McDonald's is somebody at McDonald's like, we should sponsor this without ever watching a single episode.
Yeah. But what happened was the first episode that they sponsored had a basically kind of a groundbreaking like an immediate classic clip, we thought, and that was the clip that they were like, we are not into your show.
And you know the person that got the sponsorship got fired too from the ad.
For sure. Yeah.
You want to get to the kids? This is how you get to the kids.
This was the clip.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Hi there, guys. It's Pete again, and I'm here to do a little video. I wanted to use this butt vibrating toy that I bought, this new one, and I thought I'd try that in, and then I also wanted to try this double-ended fuck sleeve that has these like massive bullets in them. I haven't used it, of course, and then I went to look, and they didn't send any batteries, so bad. I'm not going to be able to use the vibrating part.
Is he just working it right now to get ready?
Yeah. So I'm sure that's going to get me off.
He's loosening up.
It's got this cool built-in cock ring.
There are two bikes in the background.
He's an outdoorsman.
He lives with somebody.
Oh, that's possible, yeah.
Wow.
Cool. A friend of mine had one, and he fucks it with his boyfriend, and it's a double-ended dude. So I really want to try this because I like fucking stuff.
Yeah.
But first I'm going to try and get this in my butt, and then turn it on, and it's even got this cool little
cool.
remote
It is
control.
cool. That's cool.
Let's just see what happens.
That's cool.
It's got a nice texture to it.
What's also cool is your indigenous art in the background.
I know.
What kind of shame are you bringing on those
Oh
guys?
my God.
Right here. So McDonald's cited this part. They were citing his hand movement, which I was like, I think his leg itches, and they were like, no, it doesn't. Because he was constantly.
Wait, McDonald's went through this frame by frame?
Well, they call.
It's this moment that got us fired.
They S&P'd you with the
They were
thing?
like, what the hell?
First off, he swears a couple times. Also, he's jamming things in his asshole. Is it off-brand? It's a little off-brand.
I'm loving it.
Go ahead.
I was waiting for
And it's got a
that.
nice built-in cock ring, which I thought was kind of cool.
Cack ring.
Like a real Chicago in there, right?
Cack ring. Like Johnny Milwaukee here trying out butt plugs. It's got a nice cack ring, wraps around and goes up your ass. Feels pretty good. It's union made in the USA, so that's got that going for it too. Be proud of it.
Size head on it.
Ugh. God damn, this guy's so
So it may
nasty.
take me a minute.
Oh, the eye contact.
The eye.
He's
like looking off.
Since my last butt toy video. Oh yeah. So I've said this before with butt play. If you're new to it, you gotta go slow. Don't try and rush it. Don't try and go too fast.
Don't go too fast.
Then it'll hurt. You won't want to try it again. And trust me. Once you get used to it,
Yeah.
you learn how to breathe and relax yourself.
Learn how to breathe.
Butt play can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Trying to get the cock ring on. Oh, that's nice.
Oh boy.
And it feels pretty comfortable in there.
Does it?
I don't feel it.
Man, that is a tan line.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's got a nice
And
feel to it.
this is what killed us
So let
in
me
the end
try and
here.
turn it on. The
$2
remote
million
doesn't seem to
clip
work.
right
At
here.
least when I first tried it with turning it on, it cycles through the steps. So that's just a constant.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Well, that's even higher.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a throbbing. Oh fuck.
Yeah. But then go ahead and jump to the.
I got it. Thanks, Blue Band.
Since it's open in one end.
This is what ended it here.
Whoa.
All right.
Wow.
What?
It's pretty tight.
Oh, no.
I wasn't expecting that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh, fuck it. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Ah! Oh!
What's it?
Oh! God damn it.
Oh, look at his core engage.
Damn it.
There you go. And then McDonald's was like, no. Yeah.
That's a $2.3 million.
You have your own McDonald's? No way!
That was 2.3 million.
$2.3 million we lost because of that.
Falling off?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm fixing it. I'm union.
Yeah?
Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
Was it
thanks.
worth it?
No.
No.
No, but you know what? The show has integrity, and we keep it real on this show. We honor the listeners.
$2.3
million for that clip.
This guy's gonna cram a thing up his ass. You fucking idiot.
Yeah. Now, what do you think broke Morton's straw? What was the...
You didn't play that clip enough.
No, yeah. Morton's was just like, they gave us some money, and then they
$2,000.
No, it was a little more. But that was for the paint job. But then they were doing a little other stuff, and then they just said, we're not fitting the brand objective.
How do they get past the first step?
I don't know.
Is it just complete ignorance?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Oh, I'd love some of that ignorance to throw some money my way.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well.
Did you get any of the McDonald's money, or was it all?
Well, no, we had to give it back.
Yeah.
I know, and Tom had purchased a...
What'd you get? What did you get?
Well, I ordered a Lamborghini.
This town is stupid. This town is so dumb. You ordered a Lamborghini.
Yeah, but I had to cancel the order.
With McDonald's money.
Yeah.
But you lost it because of the clip of the guy's fuck sock hurting him.
Yeah.
It wasn't even...
And he came too fast.
It wasn't... Was that what it was? I thought he was getting hurt.
No, he came.
Oh, no, he came.
He came.
Oh, I thought it was hurting his dick.
No. He had an orgasm. He's like, fuck. And then
Oh, I thought he was clearly being electrocuted mildly.
I wish. No, that would have been different.
If you...
I wish. I hate him
If you wanted
so
to hear it in
much.
slow motion, here it is.
Oh, no.
I like it. Why is any of this real? Why is your life? Why are your lives real?
Now there's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Did you tell them at the Lamborghini dealership why you had to cancel the order?
I didn't get into the actual details.
I feel if there's ever a time to get into the details.
Because I told her, I was like, I should get like some crazy exotic car just for fun. And then...
No, for practical reasons.
Yeah. And this was before the McDonald's. She was like, that's stupid. And then when the McDonald's money came through, it just felt like it was gravy. So then I was like, now it's fine, right? She was like, I guess. So then I ordered it. But now I'm going to get some jewelry, right? We're going to do that.
I don't know, Tom. I think we should press pause on the jewelry. He wants to get chains, like gold chains, for his 40th birthday.
I
know Kyle will support this idea.
No, he's not gonna. He's
you're
not.
Both assholes.
I know. I know.
But you're doing it right.
Oh God.
Yeah, get a gold chain. I'm sure your heart's broken after you let that guy fuck away your Lamborghini money.
Oh, Kyle.
Don't say my name with disdain.
What would you spend your money on? What do you like? What would be the what's
indulgence?
your fuck you money? Yeah.
I don't even. I got 7 remote control cars. That's what I do for fun.
But I mean, like, but like right now, McDonald's calls you up. And they go, hey, we heard you on. Hey, thanks for speaking some sense.
2.3 million, whatever you do. Like, keep stuff out of the butts.
Right.
For $2.3 million.
Well, we didn't even get that warning.
Yeah.
They told us.
Did you maybe
after.
infer that McDonald's wouldn't go for it? Was
I
there
don't
ever
know.
a part you're like, I bet McDonald's.
Do you know what their
would
offer
like
was
No.
before 2.3?
What?
250,000.
How?
I don't know. That's how stupid this is.
It's crazy.
I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to have McDonald's.
We need more. All right, here, watch this.
It went away for like a month.
Yeah.
If McDonald's is listening now, just if you got any of that 2.3 million, I'll take I don't know. I don't know what I'd want to do.
Are you a traveler?
I honestly don't know.
Would you travel?
I can't even think of it. Like, are you at that point? Did either of you grow up with money?
No.
Yeah. A little bit. But to think just I can't even put myself in that headspace. Like, I'm fine now, but it's just sitting in the bank because I'm like, this isn't a real thing.
Yeah.
What I do, so the money doesn't feel real. It feels like it's like a mob thing. Like, you robbed a bank. Like, don't spend it. People know.
Yeah.
Do you? But you don't enjoy it. Do you know?
I'm not trying to be humble. It's like there's nothing.
I know. I feel the same.
There's
way.
nothing I have. Like, even the stuff I do have that's like. I suck at guitar, but I bought some guitars that are nice, and I like looking at them.
That's fun.
And that's
cool.
it. Like, oh, this is a cool guitar, and then I play it and like put it down. Don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
And I got some good mountain bikes. Yeah. I got a big Jeep with monster truck tires.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
That's
a dumb
cool.
thing, but I do the shit with it. I go bang it up in the desert and everything.
That's cool.
So yeah, I got
Where do
the
you
stuff
go?
I want to know.
I always want to know when you get something like that. Like, how do you know where to go?
There's OHV spots, like off-highway vehicle spots out in like Gorman's one, but I'll go to Anza Borrego down south. I've been to Utah with it. I've been to Denver with it.
That's
so I put
cool.
some miles on it.
Fun.
Just being out in the world, sitting out in camping and shitting in the ground.
That's so
I bought
fun.
that Jeep so I can go shit in the ground.
There you go.
Without any legal ramifications.
That is good.
But
man.
I didn't buy a house or anything. Like, I could buy a house, but I'm like, part of me likes that I could do comedy without knowing there's nothing they can take away from me if I stop doing comedy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't owe the bank anything. I owe no money. So if I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do anything for a year, I can do that without worrying about. So maybe that's what I bought. Is that freedom? Yeah.
That's huge.
That's
though.
great.
I'm not doing anything. I'm going to take a year off and sit on the couch, binge watch The Americans. That's all I'm doing. I'm not there doing it.
That's good though, because when you're, that's what life is.
Did you take this past year off though?
It's fun.
No, I didn't. I'll take like a month off here and there.
That's good for you.
Go drive around and fuck off.
That's
depending on the ladies' work schedule. Like, all December we were traveling and everything.
Oh, great.
So yeah,
But that's good.
Yeah, you were in Hawaii.
Well, that was 2 years ago.
We were both there.
I was doing my show, and then you announced your show, and the guy booking my show, he's like, well, don't worry about it. Tom's show's going to be real good, too, but we'll get a couple people out. We'll get a couple people for you.
Please. Please.
It was fun. What do you, okay, I want to go back to the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
So embarrassing,
Orange.
Kyle. It's embarrassing. I'm
Orange.
embarrassed. I don't like it.
What is your car?
I don't give a fuck about cars.
No, what is your car right now?
Oh, a Jeep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeep, like Wrangler Jeep Wrangler?
What do I have, Tom?
You have a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Those are
Yeah,
nice. What, and
like
you
it.
have the Porsche?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have another car, too?
Yeah.
What's the other car?
It's a Beamer. Yeah. And I got another car, too.
You got what's the other car?
It's for the family.
I got Jay Leno here.
What's the one for the family?
It's an Escalade. And I got another one.
You got 4?
Yeah. Oh, I got 5. Yeah.
I don't feel bad about this Lamborghini thing falling through.
Yeah.
I hope you have no money for your children's college.
Kyle,
You make her worry.
did you not say that? No, we're going to get that new Steakhouse sponsor any minute, right, Tom?
Yeah. And by the way, I put $20 in the kids' college fund last week.
Thank you.
Listen, we got Norms coming through free meals for us and the kids whenever we need them.
That's
the
right.
sponsorship we got.
And I will say Morton's, we didn't get free food. McDonald's gave us free.
Yeah.
Morton's, they only gave us employee discount.
Yeah.
So that was
but free
like...
drinks.
Keeping you
free
in
drinks.
check. Oh, that's where
Yeah.
you bury them anyway.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'd still eat there, pay full price.
What do you think I should ask for, money-wise, from the next sponsor?
Man, don't talk to me about this shit.
I just want to get your...
Yeah, what?
Well, show them that clip first. And then work on a realistic amount.
Yeah.
Like, you realize your money's going to be behind this.
Right.
And that way they're not pulling it out from under you.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here, show your
Smart.
show your cards.
I like how he's thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Show your cards.
Dude, this is such a good idea to talk about this. So now I'm going to be like, hey, what I'll do is I'll give the agents, I'll be like, hey, open dialogue with this clip. So
did you hear
when you talk
Kinane
about-
buried your mom's house when he was on it? It lost all funding. Meanwhile, I'm over here doing $50 Adam and Eve spots for my podcast.
What is your podcast?
It's everything the guy put on his dick. I'm just plugging discount codes for that.
Wait,
you want to feel like that guy? You want to come that fast? Enter code Boogie Monster over at Adam and Eve. Look, I'm doing free spots now.
Tell me the podcast. Though.
It's called the Boogie Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's you and Dave?
Guys, if you think this podcast is stupid, you should check out the Boogie Monster with Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone.
There you go. You guys been doing it a while?
Yeah, a couple years. It's just us goofing off. It was a way to like plug dates and everything.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, we screw off. I don't have the multimedia functions.
Yeah.
So we can react to watching shit videos on our phone, but then nobody else knows what's going on.
Right.
Which isn't for good listening.
But like, think about how great that chocolate fountain fart was, you know?
Now I'm seeing like the appeal of a multimedia.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the best moment of my life.
Yeah.
Hardcore fun? That was
Yeah.
really hardcore fun.
Yeah, it was. It was great. It was great.
The champagne wasn't even open yet.
No.
I know.
I mean, if there was a reason to celebrate.
But how disgusting is a chocolate fountain? Let's think about it from a hygienic perspective. Like you're dipping in your food and then your fingers are in it and then the chocolate just gets recycled, right?
Yeah.
Like a fountain. It's nasty already, a chocolate fountain.
It's nasty already.
Yeah.
That's what the guy with his ass out. Listen, this thing's nasty already.
Why on the child's face?
Y'all eating out of this? Gross. Watch this.
Man, that is awesome. We got to do that for our kids' birthdays.
That's a
you know?
That's a good idea.
That is.
Can I hire this guy for our...
That's a child's toy that's in that. That's not like that's from a kid at the party. Like, let me see your doll real quick.
Yo, let me see your doll.
Let me see your doll.
Why? Because I'm going to fart on it.
Here you go. Eat that. You're already sticky. Here, give me this doll.
Could you have
meat?
If you look at the baby's expression now,
Fatso.
too, it kind of really.
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle, can you say, you could try me, fatso, with your Chicago accent?
What am I saying?
Say, you could try me, fatso.
You could try me, fatso.
Yeah.
Is that for the board?
We love
Did I just
it.
unrelentingly offer something to the board?
No, it's
What movie's that? Goodfellas?
no,
what it
it's
is?
not.
Joe
It's
Pesci?
Casino.
Oh, Casino, yeah.
It's Casino.
I'm
when
going to
he
be around here tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here tomorrow. And he's like, you fucking try me, fatso. And then he pulls his pants up.
Where's that? Is that when he's like beating up Don Rickles?
No, it's when he goes over to Sam's house, De Niro.
Oh, and
the
the
banker's
accountant's there. Yeah, that's right, that's right.
He's like, I'm gonna come there tomorrow. I'm gonna get my fucking money. And the guy's like, you can't talk to me like that. He's like, never mind, Sam.
Come back, gotta go to jail because I'm fucking
try me,
stupid.
fatso.
Because I'm stupid.
Yeah. So funny.
What's Pesci up to? Is he all right?
No.
Has he been on the show?
He's in that movie. He's in that new movie they're doing. Scorsese's doing another movie about Jimmy Hoffa. He's got a part in it,
Oh,
I think.
shit.
Yeah.
Of course
Jimmy
he does.
Hoffa.
Yeah. Scorsese.
Mr. Kinane, it was so fun having you. Will you tell me where can people see you? Do you have any dates lined up? Anything coming up?
Royal Oak, Michigan, at the end of the month, I think.
Oh.
I'm not good with the promo.
What's your website?
It's my name.
Kyle?
That's a good one, right?
Kinane.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got all the dates up there.
Okay.
I do podcast stuff.
Kinane.
Sure.
Yeah.
Put it in a graphic. You guys do graphics?
Yeah, we do.
You do the
Throw it
Twitter?
up
Are you
there.
on the Twitters?
Go
Is
ahead.
there a graphic up? Or am I just doing this?
Yeah, do the graphic. Sure. Throw his phone number up. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Social Security.
No, thanks for coming, man. I'm glad we finally did
Yeah,
this.
it's fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Can we play out with the chocolate fart one more time? I didn't know where to look the first time. I would look at the fountain or the butt. I want to look at the baby this time.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm looking at the baby.
Oh.
Man.
That is so stupid.
That was a mistake to look at the baby's face.
Yeah.
That dead-eyed stare of a child's toy being desecrated.
Dude, but look how powerful that fart is. That bottom layer of the fountain still has a hole in it. Look at that. Look at the power of this fart. That's 2 layers of a chocolate fountain he blew
No,
out.
you're right. That's not your average fart. Like, He was
I've
like,
never
"I'm
seen
backed up."
It's a good fart.
With the exception of the baby powder thing with the farts. I've
Right.
never seen how a fart would impact.
Yeah.
So this is my first reference for something like
I mean, look what he's doing right now. Look at
Look what
that.
he's doing. Yes.
I mean,
That's good work. That's a multi-layer fart, top and bottom there.
I like seeing the heat sensor farts when someone
Yeah.
farts in infrared. That's pretty
I
cool.
would love to see how, what that I would do that, and for myself, I would want to know.
Yeah.
I farted in the car so bad the other day, I thought I hit something. It smelled like I ran over a possum or something. It was bad. It just stayed in the car. I rolled down my own windows and it got worse. How's it getting worse?
I feel like my farts are lingering more these days.
The older you get, you're growing into being a dad.
Yeah.
And your farts are worse, and your burps
body's
are garbage.
breaking down, and you're poison. You're turning into poison.
You're dying inside.
It's the smell of death.
It's the smell of death. It is. Dude, check out this Ferrari I got in the back.
No.
It's right back here. It's behind
Hey,
this
remember
wall. I'll
when
show you.
I burped the other day and you were like, it was Korean food.
Oh, that was the most disgusting thing ever. We had Korean, ribs and
Kalbi.
Oh, barbecue.
That's my favorite.
Oh, and then she was like, herp, and burped, and then she was like, so am I gonna? I was like, holy shit! It actually smelled like she farted out of her mouth. It didn't smell like a burp.
If I eat barbecue and I burp and it's like, this is just it's dead things.
Yeah.
It was like, this smells like a cemetery.
Terrible.
And the garlic and the kimchi.
The garlic is what it sets it over the top.
Yeah.
All right, check out my McLaren. We're gonna roll out.
Oh my God!
And,
please.
thank you very much,
Save
Kyle.
Our money. Thank you.
Thanks, Gene.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Like this, you know what I'm saying? My mom now.
You know what I'm saying?
Inspired by that same French excellence.
You know what I'm saying?
the mayor of Know What I'm Saying.
Yeah, he wants to be the mayor. Here we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Like this, you know what I'm saying?
Please give me
You know what I'm saying?
honestly,
You know what I'm saying?
please give me.
You know what I'm saying?
Like this, you know what I'm saying?
Do anyone understand that?